What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak your mind, sports talk. All right, check it out, guys. Should we start this one off on the road? I'm not at the house. I gotta go to the this stupid motherfucker. Hold your horses. Don't come out here because I hit your ass. You'll be paying me some money. But anyway, I didn't want to start too late, but I gotta run to the store right quick. Need some cigars. But man, look. So I haven't really been talking about Errol Spence a lot because I've been kind of waiting for it to get closer to this fight with Danny Garcia and so forth. But Errol Spence just put himself in the media, and listen, he's announced that they're targeting a fight versus a Canelo Alvarez. And I got a whole lot of ideas about this situation. And none of them are good for my guy, Errol Spence. See, I've been advocating for Errol Spence. I'm a huge fan of Errol Spence. Most people know that I'm gung-ho Errol Spence. The problem with that is I'm the same way with Canelo Alvarez. Both of these guys are one of my favorite fighters. I mean, they top the list. Teofimo Lopez, Tyson Fury, Errol Spence, and Canelo. Those are my favorite fighters. So the first thing I want to say about Errol Spence targeting Canelo is you idiot. Like, serious, Errol Spence, you idiot. Right? I didn't really want to do a you idiot video on him because I just did one on that idiot. He knows his sports. So I want to spread those things out. But we damn sure going to talk about this today. Intelligence, what's good with you, brother? Appreciate you sliding through here, fam. Chain with ice, what's good, my man? Appreciate you. So we definitely going to talk about this today. As soon as I get back to the house, guys, I'm just going to grab some Black and Mild right quick. As soon as I get back to the house, I'm going to open that link up so Intelligence, the rest of you guys, whoever want to join, can jump on and we can kick it about the Spence situation. I mean, I'm going to be on this for a while. I can't make any sense of this move, man. I can't make any sense of this move. Nothing positive anyway. And the irony of this whole situation is simply this. All of these PBC lovers, Spence fanboys, not me, I'm a Spence fan, but the PBC lovers, the Spence fanboys, and certain channels of the LDBC, they talk so much shit about Mikey Garcia jumping up 2 weight classes, daring to be great. But the irony is all of this shit that they talked about concerning Mikey Garcia doing that. And don't get me wrong, I was right along with it because I never thought Mikey Garcia had a remote chance of beating Errol Spence. Not a remote chance of beating Errol Spence, right? So I was all along with it. But the irony in this situation is that Errol Spence is doing the same dumb shit Mikey Garcia just did. Because the same way I saw Mikey Garcia's chances beating Errol Spence coming up 2 weight classes is the exact same way I see Errol Spence's chances going up 2 weight classes to beat Canelo. Very, very, very slim. Very slim. And here's the difference in that situation. Hey, what's up, brother? Here's the difference in that situation. Mikey Garcia wasn't the better boxer. People thought Mikey Garcia was a better boxer. I knew he wasn't the better boxer all along. And Spence proved that. We could sit here and talk about, he was smaller and all of that. No, he totally outboxed him. He didn't stop him and all of that. He outboxed him because Mikey's not a better boxer than Errol Spence. Well, in the same token, Errol Spence is not a better boxer than Canelo Alvarez. I don't care what these Spence fanboys think. I'm a Spence fan. A fan of boxing first. And Errol Spence is not a better boxer than Canelo Alvarez. So now essentially you're talking about a guy going up 2 weight classes where he's not stronger than Canelo. He's not a better boxer than Canelo. He's just come off of a horrific accident. So the fuck is he supposed to beat Canelo Alvarez? See, this is the thing. Like, what's the sense in this fight? Not only that, with this fight with Danny Garcia coming up, could I get 3 wood tip sweets? With his fight with Danny Garcia coming up, what is the sense of even announcing this fight? Right? Your eyes should be on the prize. You should focus on the fight ahead of you, right? Which is Danny Garcia, right? You can't overlook Danny Garcia, especially coming off of this accident where you nearly killed yourself. Can't do that, man. You need to focus on Danny Garcia, and if his chin is not good, there's a good chance that Danny Garcia could beat him. Now, I see a slim chance in that too. Very, very slim chance in that. Oh, man. Oh, I put the wrong pen. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Give me a second.
So all these have little toys in.
All right. Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
All right, so Danny Garcia could potentially beat Errol Spence, man. I think it's a slim chance in that, because here's my idea on Danny Garcia beating Errol Spence. Now, it's a crazy move in the sense that I don't feel like Errol Spence can beat Canelo Alvarez. You know, I hate situations where 2 of my favorite fighters will be potentially fighting each other, but this is the fight game, right? So that type of thing can happen. You know, 2 fighters that you're a big fan of can end up getting in the ring, fighting each other. That's just the potential. That's the possibility of competing in the fight game, right? But Spence is one of my favorite fighters. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. So this ain't about no hate situation or fanboy situation, because I'm a huge fan of both guys. Now this is just a clear assessment of who can probably beat who. And you have to be out of your goddamn mind, anyone, to sit up here and try to convince me that Errol Spence is beating Canelo Alvarez. Here's one thing that's plain and simple. When you look at the pound for pound list, when you look at the guys that people argue about and go back and forth, who's the best at boxing? Spence ain't in that goddamn conversation. I can admit that. Spence fanboys don't want to admit that. They want to put him top 5 pound for pound or some of that foolishness, but he's just not in the conversation. Well, Canelo Alvarez is in that conversation. Not only that, he's a much bigger guy than Errol Spence. He's a better boxer than Errol Spence. And then we talk about Spence's strength. Let's focus on Spence's strength. And anybody who's a real Spence fan like I am can't argue with this. Spence's strength is body attack, body punching. What the fuck is Canelo's strength? Body attack, man. Who has the better defense? Canelo Alvarez or Errol Spence? By far, Canelo Alvarez. Better defensive fighter. Better body punching, which is Spence's strength. Canelo's just a better overall boxer than Errol Spence. And this fight makes no sense. This fight can only be labeled, can only be looked at, in my opinion, as a fucking clout chase, bro. It's a clout chase, because let's break it down. Let's get down into the politics side of things. Let me leave away from the fact of who's the better boxer, who will probably win that fight, because I don't even have to do film study on these guys, because I've seen them damn near all of the fights there is for these guys to see. Spence and Canelo, those are my guys. I don't have to do film study. I know exactly how both of these guys fight, so I don't have to break that down. But let's get into the politics side of these things, right? Let me get some shout outs right quick, guys. I just went right in going off. Trav FDY. He's just capping for the media attention, bro. Just like Russell. Wow. Yeah, that's what I said. It's got to be clout chasing. It's got to be. It's got to be. Toby Bartlett, what's good with you? Monte Carlo in the building. Spencer's clout chasing. Yep. Salute to you, man. Duck. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. Dead game in the building. What's good? Glenn Diaz says, this is nothing but a clout chase to promote his next fight. I'm with it. Yeah, because I'm definitely calling it clout chase right off the bat. Mikey Garcia should have tried to be great at 135, 140. Exactly. And see, that's the irony that I'm talking about, Glenn Diaz. That's the irony that I'm talking about. Mikey said this same dumb shit about jumping 2 weight classes to fight the best at 2 weight classes, which was Spence. You know, all of these Crawford levels started saying that after Crawford beat a fucking Jeff Horn. But at the time, Errol Spence was undeniably the best at 147. Well, Spence is talking about going up and fight the best at 160 because I don't want to hear shit about no Charlo, which they wouldn't fight him. They wouldn't fight each other. I damn sure don't want to hear nothing about Doo-Doo Andre. And GGG's too old. GGG's too old. So the best at 160, the best recognized franchise, whatever you want to call it, champ at 160 is Canelo Alvarez. So essentially it's the same thing. Spence jumping 2 weight classes to be the bigger, better, stronger guy. And Canelo. Height is important here, guys, because their height's comparable. Their reach is comparable. But Canelo's much bigger, much stronger, and he's been living at 160. Actually campaigning at 168 at the moment and fought as high as 175. Spence has never thrown, taken, or felt a punch at 160. It makes no sense. It's the same dumb shit Mikey Garcia did. And Mikey Garcia, like Glenn Diaz said here, should have tried to be great at 135 and 140. Hence, Lomachenko at 135, Terrence Crawford at 140 before he started like a fucking chihuahua wanting Spence. He should have done that. I agree with you 100%. Glenn Diaz, all right, guys, hold on before I get back to these comments. I gotta pay attention to the road. Got a cop following me. I don't want to see me fucking around with my phone. Pull over, D. Jeff. I ain't got no time to be getting pulled over. I gotta get back to the house and get this goddamn line shaking. That would be kind of funny though, if y'all see me get pulled over. And y'all on live and I gotta talk to the po-po. Anyway. But you know, back to the politics side of this thing. And why I feel like it definitely has to be a clout chase because, guys, how the fuck does this work, right? We know it's bad enough trying to get the cross the street thing to happen with Bob Arum and the PBC. But those fights can happen. It's been proven already. When we talk about the PBC and the zone, first and foremost, their models are totally different. Totally different model. The PBC believes in fully. They believe in the pay-per-view model. The zone has denounced the pay-per-view model. So you're talking about 2 big stars. How do they make that work? Will it be will it be pay-per-view? Or will it be aired on the zone? See? Whose model survives? So that's one reason it can't work. Politics side of things. Second, Canelo's in litigation with the zone and Golden Boy right now. They can't even figure out what the fuck they gonna do with Canelo. Now, I do say that this is a high enough marquee fight that the zone would approve, but then it goes back to who get the money? What side would it go to? Would it be pay-per-view or not? But then there's another big factor when we look at the politics side of things in this fight. How the fuck do we see Oscar De La Hoya, Al Heyman, and those guys working together, right? They've been trying to snake each other since the dawn of time. There's no working relationship with Golden Boy and the PBC. None at all. So all of this stuff coupled with the fact that Spence ain't beating Canelo just makes me look at this like it can't be anything but a clout chase. It just can't be. Spence has a better chance than Mikey because Spence and Canelo are about the same size. Monte Carlo, I hear you, fam, but Spence don't have any. He has the, to me, he has the exact same chance as Mikey Garcia because I say that simply because of this. Spence ain't the boxer that Canelo is, man. He's just not the boxer that Canelo Alvarez is. And I get the size differential thing there. I get that. But it's like I just explained, bro. Defense and all of that. Spence don't have that, fam. Like, he doesn't have the defense Canelo Alvarez. What is he going to do to escape those punches? Monte Carlo. What's Spence going to do to escape those punches? Right? Spence does. I don't know, man. Look, I don't know, Monte Carlo. I don't think I mean, I get your point. I guess he has a bit more favor with him because of the size. I'll give you that. But his chances of winning, man, he got the size on his edge, but his chances of winning are slim to none, in my opinion. It's not a good chance there. Yeah, Spencer is clout chasing. We agree there. My man G-Man boxing in the building. Hashtag G-Man's rocks. What's up, G-Man? Like I always say, guys, this is one of my top 5 channels right here, G-Man boxing. Y'all get over there and go check them out, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys like this channel. That's one of my top 5 channels, so you know it's good. You know it's good. All right. Sorry about that. Let me see. Kevin in the building. What's up, Kevin? Salute to your brother. Glenn says Spence versus Danny is a great fight. No need to promote by clout chasing. Yeah, it's a bad look, especially since this isn't the first time he cried wolf. Well, to tell you the truth, Glenn, that first time that situation happened, that was Oscar De La Hoya. And it was Oscar De La Hoya playing the fans because they couldn't figure out what they were going to do with Canelo. That didn't really have anything to do with Errol Spence, because if you remember, it was Oscar De La Hoya that sent a ridiculous $15 million offer talking about Canelo would fight Spence, but Canelo never had anything to do with that. That was all Oscar. But $15 million was ridiculous because Oscar already knew that he would make more money than that fighting Mikey Garcia. So Spence ain't really cry wolf that time. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I called it straight down the line. So I ain't gonna let that slide, because I didn't let that shit slide back then. It's not the first. That was Oscar De La Hoya and his foolishness, you know, which he's been tied up with a lot of his foolishness too. But that's neither here or there, man. But I do feel you. This is the second time that we've been around. We've been around the circle with this Canelo Alvarez versus Spence. I didn't think that Spence could beat him back then, and this was before the accident, you know. And I don't think that Spence can beat him now. Damn, what the fuck? El Primo, what's up with you, brother? All right, hold on, guys. I jumped up too much. I'm on my phone. Toby says, I agree, D. In my opinion, they're just talking about it. Because Spence has got a fight coming up and the PBC is worried about everything. Yeah. You know, they want to pump this pay-per-view up for sure, guys. Y'all know they want to do that. Hold on, I'm going to switch to my computer right quick. All right. Uh-oh. Echo. Hold on. I'm gonna switch over. All right. Here we go. All right. Let me get this link in the chat for you guys, man. Hey man, everybody, do me a favor and hit that like and share it if you have other social media pages. You know, I'm pretty sure all you guys know by now I'm on YouTube punishment. I ain't sending out my goddamn notifications. It's starting to pick up some, but I still get a lot of people hit me in the DM and stuff telling me that they don't have a notification. Some of them, it'll just pop up live that I'm on live on the homepage, and then they'll see it and then they'll just dump on, but they never get the notifications in their feeds. So, all right, there's the link. Let me get some shout outs right quick. I just got back to the house. I think I shouted most of you guys out. I see some other people jump in, like my man Brown going one. I'm here for the big head poop boxing. Oh, Primo, I see you a little bit early. 819 Warrior, what's good with your fam? Barker right in the building. Spence fights for the PBC. The PBC ain't letting their fighters go to the zone or top rank to get their ass beat. Fight won't happen. That's what I say, Barker Raider. That's what I say. And I don't see Golden Boy and Al Heyman doing business either. That's another thing. Spence is getting knocked out in the full. What are you talking about? Against Danny? Man, hell no. But the link is in the chat. So if we're talking about against Danny, we definitely can talk about that. He's not fighting Canelo, but I don't think so either, Trav. I don't think so either. That's why I was wanted to talk about. I think it's a clout case. However you look at it, I think it's a clout case, Trav FDY. D, what do you think about if Spence beats Garcia? He should be looking for Bud. Like, of course. That's part of why I'm getting ready. That's why I'm giving Spence heat for this, because as a Spence fan, and it's the same thing that I hold Canelo accountable for. Probably gonna, like a lot of you guys in here, because you're Canelo fans and you don't believe that Spence can beat Canelo, and I don't either. But for all my fellow Canelo fans, because I'm a huge Canelo fan, that motherfucker's gonna come up under heat too. Walker Raider, especially you. I'm pretty sure anybody coming here from IBFP, you guys are fellow Canelo Alvarez fans. He get ready to come up under heat over here too. See, I'm gonna put him under the fire. I put fighters under the fire whether I'm going for them or whether I'm not. It's not to please the listeners, it's to bring out the truth about boxing. Because Canelo Alvarez, for all of you Canelo fans in here, fellow Canelo fans, neither one of these guys I'm bigger on. Both of these guys at the top of my list as far as fandomship. It's one way or the other with a lot of you guys, especially if you're on the Canelo side of things. But I'm going to tell you right now, Canelo Alvarez gave the same promise that Errol Spence gave. All of you Canelo fans, don't try to let him off the hook. He is supposed to clean out 160. This is what Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo told us. Clean out 160. Go get all the belts. Well, Canelo ain't doing that. Canelo ain't doing that either. Now, I'm not even going to get on Canelo right now. I'm going to stick to Spence, and then I'm going to stick to this comment right here with El Primo. But I just want all you Canelo fans that's in here to understand. Don't fucking throw stones when you're living in a glass house. If you're a Canelo fan, don't come throwing stones when you're living in a glass house. Because, yes, El Primo, I do think he should fight Crawford. Try to seek out that belt that Pacquiao has, which he'll probably have to drop if he fights Conor McGregor, because they're going to strip him. And clean out, go undisputed like my man Teofimo Lopez just done. Canelo fucking around, Spence fucking around. Teofimo Lopez just showed them, right? Get the 4-belt undisputed, right? And that goes to Canelo and Spence. Well, goddamn right he should be talking about or thinking about fighting Crawford next. No fucking Canelo. Because you're supposed to clean out 147. strapped down, man season, right? So hell yeah, I agree with that. Definitely Bud, not Canelo, El Primo. Gonna be sad when they see him. No, I don't get sad over these boxers, Toby. I don't give two shits. Like I said, if Teofimo would have lost, I won't give two shits. I sleep like a baby. Bro, I don't get emotional over these boxers, man. Shit, they making money for what they do. This is a job. I'm entertained by the sport of boxing, and that's where it stops. I don't give a fuck if they win, if they lose, if they retire. You know, I I might be a little disappointed, but I'm not gonna be sad at anything that these dudes do. I'm not gonna allow any of these fighters to make me feel negatively emotionally. Hell no, fucks being sad over that shit. Man, Crow, what's good with you? What's good, man? Iceman said, imagine how hard Spence will hit. That I can imagine. I can imagine. But I will say this, Iceman, because I've been telling people this about 120. And it's just, look, man, at a certain level, it just comes down to the Spence hate. Like, I'm not even going to sit up here. I'm going at Spence, no doubt. That's what I do. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like there ain't a whole lot of Spence haters out here, because there are a ton of Spence haters. And it's just Spence haters that don't want to accept the fact that Errol Spence will be more powerful, quicker, most likely quicker, if he moves up to 124 or once, because he's draining himself. All of these Spence haters sit there and they always clamor on about Spence draining himself to make weight. Well, what the fuck does draining do to you? Takes away stamina, takes away power, takes away certain attributes. So now they don't want to act like he will gain all of those things by not draining himself. All right. So I'm with you on that, Iceman. I do believe that he'll hit harder. He'll be better at those weights. But good enough for Canelo? I don't think so. Boss up one. What's good with you? This is stupid. Everyone is trying to surprise like the Teofimo, but not only are you fighting the best pound for pound, but moving up to yes, exactly, bro. It's absolute. Uh, all right, guys, I just got distracted. It's absolute madness. Absolute madness. My wife was distracted. She was distracted. So 819 Warrior says Spence will not have power. That you can't really assess 819. You can't really assess that because Spence is draining himself down admittedly draining himself down, right? And then so you can't really assess his power. That's why we got to see these guys move up. That's why it's not really the best idea to just move up without acclimating in the division, because you have to see what you got. But you can't really assess that. You can't say he won't have power at 160. That's just a speculation, because I think he'll be stronger at 154 and 160. I think he's weakening himself by draining down to stay at 147, 819 Warrior. That's really what I think. So I don't much agree with that. This ain't gonna be no dump on Spence section now. If we're gonna talk about Errol Spence, let's talk about the truth. The fact that this is a stupid move to take this fight. The fact that he needs to clean out 147. The irony of his fans talking all of that shit about what Mikey did, and he's turning around and do the same thing. But this ain't gonna be no Spence bashing section. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Cause you'll see me going back and forth here. This is still my guy. Spence is my dude, right? And the same way y'all hear me defend Tyson Fury and Canelo Alvarez and Teofimo Lopez, don't come here with that foolishness about Spence, cause it ain't going down like that. Y'all might, my boy IBFP, he'll be your huckleberry. You can go over there because he'll trash Spence right along with you. But ain't gonna be no trash in Errol Spence over here. Let's get that straight right out the back. Ain't gonna be that. We gonna give Spence flame. We're gonna give him flame right now, honestly, not on no bullshit. All right. I want everybody to know that before you write the comments. Don't be coming in here putting no bullshit down. Could you turn that light on for me, baby? Saying no bullshit about my dude Spence. It ain't going down like that. Now, back to it. Gonna be great, bro. Still trying to understand the 119. I can't understand that because it was a bullshit card. It was a bullshit card. And you know, a lot of people now, a lot of these fans now are using the fact that it was a bullshit card to try to claim robbery on the fight. And listen, man, because two judges had fucking bullshit cards don't mean the fight was a robbery. No, Lomachenko didn't lose 10, 11 rounds. No, I don't agree with that either. But he damn sure lost that fight. He didn't win that fight. He didn't win that fight. At best, you could argue about a draw. That's all you can argue about. You cannot argue about a Lomachenko win. So you could sit up here and try to argue about a draw that he got robbed out of having a draw, but him winning, kill the noise. No, sir. Not happening. Teofimo Lopez did what people didn't think he could do outboxing. But let's stick to Errol Spence. I don't want to start talking about Teofimo Lopez right now. Because I won't stop. You already know that. Spence versus Danny is not pay-per-view word. No, it's not. It's not. I don't know. I haven't even seen what the undercard is looking like. Barker Raider, to tell you the truth. I don't think the fight is not intriguing. Well, let me rephrase that. I think this one is pay-per-view worthy. Barker Raider. And this is why I say that, because of the intrigue. Spence is already sold pay-per-view, so I'm not gonna go there. But now it's intriguing because he's just come off of this accident, right? And we don't know where his durability, punch resistant, or chin is at right now. So Danny actually has a chance to win. Then for Danny Garcia, it will finally be a win in his step-up fight at 147 because he's lost all of his step-up fights. So there is intrigue. And when there's intrigue in the match, that's how you build it to sell. People are interested. So it's pay-per-view worthy. Because Spence is pay-per-view worthy. You might not like Spence Barker, and I know you don't. You've been a supporter of my brother Nuke, and Nuke doesn't have anything against Spence, but a whole lot of his listeners do. And you one of them, Barker Ray. I ain't never really heard you say too many good things about my boy Spence Barker, so I already know where you stand concerning Errol Spence. But I'm not sure what the undercard look like. I haven't even seen it yet. Canelo will beat Spence by UD or stop him, or even stop him. 819 Warrior. Now that's a valid statement, and that I agree with. He beat Spence. He beat Spence, period. I don't give a fuck with these idiots like he knows his sports that think Spence is God to boxing. This moron. You know, he thinks Spence is God to boxing and Tank Davis is the best at 135. But Canelo Alvarez is fake and Teofimo's a hype job. So that tells you about he knows the sports, right? But me, I'm a real boxing fan and a fan of, and then a fan of Spence. And no, he will not beat Canelo. I'm not entertaining that. I'm not hearing that. And any of you Spence fanboys that's out there now, come get it. So it'll be a Spence fan debating your dumb ass that he ain't beating Canelo. Because I'm a Canelo fan, see? Also, a lot of Spence fans are Canelo haters. He ain't gonna get that here. Because I'm a fan of both guys. Like, I'm not gonna hate on one of my guys. Fuck that. I'm not gonna hate on any boxer, but damn sure not one of my guys. What's up, man? Yeah, I'm feeling better, man. They rescheduled my appointment till Thursday, 2 days from now. I was supposed to go today at 1 o'clock, and these idiots called me yesterday talking about. I'm like, bro, I can't keep dragging this thing out. I don't even like the idea of surgery, but can't keep dragging it out, bro. We gotta get this done and over with. Fresh hot D. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Canelo. That's right, El Primo. I'll buy you yelling up Canelo because that's my dude, dog. She ain't gonna be bashing my boy Spence. We not having that. He keeps it a buck. No favoritism, only truth. Thank you, Glenn. That's what I'm talking about. Ain't no favoritism, bro. Boxing first. We got to keep it boxing first. All right. So Canelo isn't cleaning up anyway. No, and see, that's what I hold. That's why I have an issue with Canelo Alvarez, right? and Oscar De La Hoya, because those motherfuckers told us they were gonna clean out 160. Motherfuckers at 168 right now. Ain't even thinking about 160. Jumping up fighting Kovalev. You're not even thinking about 160, right? But what did they tell us? Like, I'm gonna hold Canelo to the fire. A lot of these Canelo fanboys, they don't want to hold Canelo to the fire, right? He's got an obligation to feel to his fans. Just like I'm saying about Errol Spence. He's got an obligation to feel to his fans. You told us strap season. You cleaning out this side of the street. You clean, then you're gonna get Crawford. Now you're talking about, nah, bro. I'm not trying to hear that. The only thing I can think is maybe a cash out fight, guys. This is something else that Spence fans don't. What if he knows he's not all the way back, but he's good enough to beat Danny Garcia? They know this, right? Go cash out with Canelo. Because I don't care what no one says. If they could possibly make that Canelo fight happen, which I doubt they could, that's a way bigger fight as far as the money is concerned than Crawford versus Spence. Because Crawford can't sell ice water in fucking hell, fam. He can't sell. Because Bob ain't promoted the dude right. He's not a big pay-per-view star. He can't sell like that. But Canelo versus Spence is going to sell out the yin yang. So then he could collect that big check and hit the road because his body ain't really fully prepared for boxing anymore. Y'all feel me? The IBFP is slacking, in my opinion. Why you say that, Barker? Why you say that? Nobody say he can't go back and do it. He can clear it out when he wants to. Yeah, he could. But Kevin, he needs to do it, right? He needs to do it. Like, listen, this is why he's involved in this court case. So I ain't gonna be too hard on Canelo Alvarez either, because it has a lot to do with Oscar De La Hoya and the zone, right? So how can he clean out a division or anything like that if the zone is not approving the fights they need to approve for Canelo to do it? Like, they don't even want to approve any fight for Canelo because they don't want to spend the money. Well, it was you idiots that hired him, that contracted him for $35 million a fight. So eat it. But that's what's going on. And I think he can. He beats GGG again. Charlo poses no threat, and Dudu Andre is the worst on the list. So I think he can. But he needs to do that, fam. He needs to do that. I can't let him off the hook. I can't. Agreed, D, but I'm going to blame Oscar and Golden Boy for the Canelo not carrying. Oh, yeah. Well, we agreed. That's what I was just saying too, Barker. We agreed. 100%, bro. 100%. I got to blame them. Canelo was trying for undisputed, went a different route after he got stripped of the IBF belt because Golden Boy is being sneaky. Yep. That's why he's in the middle of a lawsuit with them now. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly why, fam. Canelo can't make 160 anymore. Man, you got a negative take on a lot of stuff. 8 9. I'm not coming at you, but I think he can. I think he can. Canelo, first and foremost, like we all know, he never planned the campaign at 175, so he put on that weight. The fact that he's fighting back at 168 now, it's an easy transition to go back down. Plus, he has clenbuterol. Oh man, let me not say that. They wanted the trilogy so bad they fucked up Sergey. Yeah, the boo boo fight to get a chance at GGG. Well, Glenn, let me say this about this Demetrius Andre situation, because I don't necessarily agree with that. Demetrius Andre was Canelo has to do two things with this contract that he signed with the zone. Okay. First, he has to fight the fights that's going to be feasible. Demetrius Andre paying Canelo 35 million, then you have to pay Demetrius Andre. Where is the money coming from? Demetrius Andre's side that gives this fight no appeal. See, a Yildirim, no telling what they're going to pay him, but they don't have to pay him a lot of money. And because of the pandemic, they're probably going to slide Canelo down to his contract minimum of $20 million. which is still a hard fight to sell, but a lot less, than double that amount. We're talking $40 million or more, for another champion, or at least that would be the expectations, right? Demetrius Andre doesn't pull his side of the weight on that. It makes it too risky. If Demetrius Andre stop fucking around wasting time fighting Sulekis, Keeblers, and Dustin, whoever the fuck, unify, do something with himself, then the fight becomes, more pleasing to the zone. Because now you're talking about a 2-belt champion going to fight Canelo Alvarez. Demetrius Andre fight GGG. He's going to have to do something more with himself. But Canelo has to satisfy two agendas. He has to fight well, but he also it has to be a feasible fight. Demetrius Andre is just not that, bro. He hasn't done enough. He just hasn't. Yeah, Golden Boy screwed that up. I agree with that, Barker. For sure, they screwed that up. Spence will get KO'd by the 5th round. I don't know. But I could say this. I don't know how the fight will go out. The only thing I do know, Monte Carlo, is that Spence ain't going to win it. So whether it be unanimous decision, Canelo Alvarez, because I don't see no split or majority decision unless the judges are funny money, like this idiot Jerry O'Connor sitting there watching his phone, or the moron judge in the Lomachenko fight who only gave Lomachenko 1 round, right? That's the only way I could see it being a split, or like the dumb shit that happened with Canelo and Floyd. CJ Moss, this idiotic judge that fucking gave Canelo 114, 114. What the fuck was he looking at? Floyd, that was a landslide. That was a one-sided fight with Floyd and Canelo. So if it's one of those things, I can see a split or unanimous decision, some judging foolery. But outside of that, this is a unanimous decision or a knockout fight. 5th round, I think that's too early. I think Spence, me personally, I think my dude Spence makes it more than 5 rounds with. What did he knock Amir Khan's soft chin ass out in around that time? I'm not gonna put Amir Khan chinny ass over Spence. And Amir Khan's nowhere near as durable as Spence, right? Of course, we still have that question because of the accident, but nah, I can't just give him that. After we see the Danny Garcia fight, we see Spence rocked or hurt or something like that, I might go with you on that, Monte Carlo. But if Spence comes in here and displays that he's the Spence that they say he still is, no, I don't give Canelo no 5 round. He's knocked out lesser guys in later time. Got to be honest about that. Man Grown said, just going into the 3rd tier pandemic quarantine in Manchester. Utter fucking bullet. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I ain't even want to talk about that too much. I'm on punishment, YouTube punishment now, Man Crow. They don't want us to talk about certain things, so I'm gonna just leave that alone. What's up, D? What up, Guido? He said, Fanon have a breakdown right now, crying about Teofimo shit. It's sad. Yeah, Fanon's an idiot, man. Just like he knows the sports, he'll be a special guest of the You Idiot segment more than once. Pretty sure. Trying to get that coward to come debate me because he won't let me on his panel. Well, whatever. I'll just keep firing shots at all the dumb shit he does until he, whatever. If he never debates me, so what? I'll just have plenty of material off of the dumb shit that he says. Spence should stay far away from Canelo. Now that we agree on 100%, 819. He should, bro. It's just dumb. This is really dumb. Can't hate on Spence, win or lose, if he takes the Canelo fight, because like Mikey, he's daring to be great, but I think he's just clout chasing. Well, Monte Carlo, this is what I said when Mikey said he was daring to be great. He was daring to be stupid. As a matter of fact, he knows the sport said that, but I agree with it. It's not daring to be great, it's daring to be stupid. And that's just how I look at this Spence going up the fight. It's daring to be stupid. It's nothing great about it. Daring to be great, Monte Carlo, is what Teofimo Lopez just did. Because he actually had a chance, a very good chance to beat Lomachenko. And he did. He outboxed Lomachenko, right? So that's daring to be great. But a fight where you have slim chance, well, I give this 80-20, 80-20, 90-10 maybe. That's what I see this fight as. That's not a chance. That's not daring to be great. That's daring to be stupid, bro. He's not going to beat Canelo Alvarez. I can't see it. The motherfucker need to do something at 154 first, and then ease his way up to that fight. Spence at 154 would be really interesting. Great match. I like the way you think, Glenn. I like the way you think, bro. I was just saying that. Agreed. Agreed. Monte Carlo said true Spence weakening himself at 147, losing power and going, yeah, and going in there weak. And he admitted this in the Brian Costa interview. I did a live on it. It was a live on video. And I just did some editing talking about what Costa was saying to him. And he admitted it. He said he was treating his body terribly. He was blowing up in between weights. He wasn't getting in the gym and time to work the weight off. He was only getting into the gym and time for the fight. And he was spending half of his camp working on getting weight down and less on training for the fight. So weakening himself terribly. He should have been at 154, guys, to be honest with you, if he wasn't messing around, doing all of this foolishness and fighting the fights he needed to fight. He could have cleaned out the division, been waiting on this Crawford fight, and then moved up to freaking 154 last year. Should have been done already. That should have been done. I hope the Spence fight happens. Yes, he will lose to Canelo, but it will show he's has heart. You must be a Spence fan like I am, 819 Warrior. It's a stupid fight, fam. It won't show anything but ignorance. That's to me, that's my take on it. And I'm a big Spence fan, 819 Warrior. Spence doesn't have to prove he has heart. He doesn't have to prove that. If anybody can't see that the dude has heart, you know, he's been hurt in fights before. Bit down on his gum shield and won the fights. That's showing your heart. He doesn't have to fight Canelo to show his heart. That's a dumb fight. Canelo's going to chop him up if that fight happens. Guido, I can't argue with that, man. Canelo's my guy. I can't argue with that. People are trying to, man, Craw. Don't understand the 119. That only makes any sense. Yeah, man. That's just so dumb, man. That's just so dumb. Boxing monster. D. Jefferson is holding back real feeling. He's wearing a man down. Fruit of the loom drop. Man, I ain't bro. I'm not. Hell no. Hell no. Mosquito bites was at 154. Boxing monster. Get it right. See? There you go. You over there with El Jefe too much. You starting to get on that lion shit. Like those motherfuckers. Boxing monster. I thought you was a truth teller. Don't be coming here telling no lies. I never said anything about mosquito bites at 160. See, you over there with the MXBC. They must be clouding your mind. You know, you getting used to running around telling lies. That's no good. Get your act together, boxing monster. Get your act together. Iceman, I had it 6-6. Yeah. I don't really mind anybody having it 6-6. A draw or no, I'm gonna make my own. A draw or a win for Teofimo Lopez. That's it. A draw or a win for Teofimo Lopez because I had it 6-5 going into the 12th round. With one of the rounds I had Lomachenko, I had given to Lomachenko being a swing round, which essentially means Lomachenko could have only won 4 or 5 rounds, period. Right? If you give him the 6th round and then give him the 12th round, which is also an argument, then he could have had 6 rounds top. So I could see the draw, but I don't agree with it. I think Teofimo Lopez did what it took to take Lomachenko off. Those early rounds, you know, this moron ESFG who thinks Danny Garcia was robbed on everything. Now, El Jefe don't want to take his word. He doesn't know what a robbery is. But he said Lomachenko won rounds 3, 4, and 5. There's no way to explain that. Lomachenko lost those early rounds. He lost them. You know, it was an argument about round 2. Their punch output was close. Close. I think Teofimo was up by one punch, but as far as ring generalship, effective aggression, and the other things that judges look for, that was all Teofimo Lopez. So when you have a punch output being as close as it was, that's a Teofimo round. I'm not understanding any of this where people is talking this Lomachenko was robbed or idiots like he knows the sports. That's just a lack of integrity thing because he can't admit that he got the fight wrong. He can't sit up here and admit that he's been calling Teofimo a hype job for over a year and now he's looking stupid. So instead of doing that, he wishes to continue to call a 23-year-old that just won 4 belts, beat the best in boxing, a hype job. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Just that simple. Boxing monster, where you at? T.O. won his rounds decisively. The rounds Loma won were competitive, right? They were swing rounds. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Glenn. Only thank you, Glenn. Glenn, you on point. You on point today. I'm talking about Glenn. Hey, let me put out some of these fucking notifications right quick, man. I'm so tired of doing this. I usually set them up before I start the live, but I had to run to the store. These damn notifications, man. All right, let me see. I don't want to get lost. What in God's name is going on? Sorry about that. I'm gonna get this link back in the chat too. I had somebody come back there. Freaking Johnny Boy was behind stage. Like, dude, you're not coming on this panel no more. Mark Ashley, that's just it. Huge layoff, injuries. I wouldn't bet on him no matter who he fights. And I love Spence. Too many variables. And I can't argue with that comment, Mark Ashley. Shout out to you, Mark Ashley. That's a good comment. Spence finna destroy. Yeah, he's gonna beat Danny Garcia. I don't want to hear this Danny Garcia foolishness. He's gonna beat Danny. To tell you the truth, I've only seen Spence fight once. Oh, okay. Go watch a little more of his fights, man. He's Spence's hated. He's really, really hated. That's for sure. 819 Warrior. He's a hated fighter. Okay, and um most of the hate comes from the same thing that goes with Tank Davis and Deontay Wilder and Adrian Broner, like not taking the fights that the fans want you to take. Just that simple. Like you're not taking the fight. It's not. Nobody wants to see a rematch with Sean Porter if you're not going to be fighting Terrence Crawford. If you're not going to be challenging for that Pacquiao belt, no one cares about Sean Porter. You already beat him. So Spence is lining himself up into fights that we don't want to see. You know what I mean? He said Danny lost every step up fight and arguably lost to Peterson. Yeah, Spence is going to beat Danny. Now we agree. Now we agree. Every step up fight you look at 140, 47, he's lost. It's only 2. But those are the 2 important fights. He lost to Porter. He lost to Thurman. Fuck, beat Porter. What makes people think Danny's going to win? They're only hoping. The people that think Danny's going to win, they're extremely hoping on Spence's chin not being any good. That's the hopes for them. I'm not a fan of Spence, but he's a good fighter. Appreciate that, Barker. Yeah, he is. He's a good fighter, fam. He ain't no Canelo worthy. Let's get that out of there. He ain't Canelo worthy, but he's a good fighter. No. Sorry about that, man. I gotta put this shit up.
1 second, guys. 1 second. I just gotta put these notifications out. I gotta combat YouTube. I gotta fight the YouTube power. YouTube like Teofimo Lopez right now. All the cards, they hold all the cards. You know, that's what it is, man. YouTube got all the cards, so I gotta play ball the way they say play ball. Now, that's the curse of talking about the wrong thing. I don't want to talk about the wrong thing. You talk about the wrong thing, YouTube put you on punishment. Steal subscribers away from you, take views away from you, all kind of foolishness. And they on the attack, man. They attacking your boy D Jeff. D Jeff's, oh yeah, I need to go. Somebody block D Jeff's black him out. Man, you guys blocking people and shit. Damn. All right, that's done. I'm gonna put this link back in the chat. All right, guys. All right. Link in the chat. We're gonna get back at it right quick. We'll get back to y'all comments and stuff. Y'all keep commenting too. I'm keeping up good because I don't have people on the panel. Once I get people on the panel, I kind of fall behind. All right. So that's it. D's wearing a racist hat, bro. Hell, I mean, they got to keep their name, right? Bronco one, they just stripped my football team. We just Washington football team now. We don't even have that name no more. You know, no more Redskins. Guido says, "Yo, D, that's not the real Glenn. No, that's a different Glenn, Guido. Glenn is not an uncommon name. It's a very popular name, and if you look at it, it says Glenn A. Diaz. So I believe that's the real Glenn A. Diaz, Guido. And I hope don't kick him out, Guido. I hope you didn't time him out or anything, because that's not somebody coming with Glenn Avery's name. Look at the name. It says Glenn A. Diaz. That's a subscriber of mine, so don't go kicking him out. It's going to be other people in here with the name Glenn Guido. Like there's other Guidos around the world. You know, may not be another Guido peon, but there's other Guidos around the world. So, like, come on, man. That's not anybody even trying to act like Glenn. He's himself, and just look at his comments. He's not trolling or anything. He's actually putting up good comments, Guido. All right, Toby. We said, man, bro, that's bad, but he's looking like it was gonna happen for a while. Now it sucks, bro. Troy Graham in the building. Who's at 160? I mean, the champions. Andre, Charlo, and GGG. I mean, those guys are there. Boxing first. Damn right up, Primo. That's how we do it. Boxing first. Boxing second. I'm with you all day. What's up, Brian?
What's up, D?
Same old, man. Talking about this crazy announcement that Errol Spence, wants to fight or targeting Canelo Alvarez. Did you see the article?
No, I didn't see it. First time I heard about it was you. So, but I got two responses to that.
Right.
Number one, Spence, don't do that. Number two, Spence, don't do that.
Yeah. Like, surely, bro. Like, I'm with you 100%. Like, it's stupid. This is a stupid move, man. This is an absolutely ridiculous move, dog. And I don't get the logic in it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And to me, Brian, what I was saying before you came in here is I simply think that this is nothing more than a clout chase, man. It's nothing more than a clout chase. And there's gonna be narratives created behind this, certain channels, certain Spence lovers, and they're gonna put up narratives behind this. But here it is, Brian, just in case you can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Well, that's one of the articles. They got plenty of articles about it, but that's one of them. Errol Spence targeting Canelo for a fight at 160 at Cowboy Stadium. And this just came out yesterday, right?
Okay.
This was just announced.
Is this a potential money move? Is that?
Well, that's what we're discussing here. That was one of my other ideas too, is that Spence may not be in as good shape, right?
Yeah.
And they know he probably has enough to beat Danny Garcia, but his boxing career may be on the slide. And what better than the cat? He still has a family, He still has life to live outside of boxing. So what better to cash out than 30 million or more, right?
Yep.
Because when fans come back, he can make that kind of money fighting Canelo.
Yeah. Can I say one thing? Remember, we were talking 3-4 months back about Manny Pacquiao going up to fight Triple G. This is the same situation.
Right, I remember that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So
I remember that.
You know what I mean? Like, so my first thought, don't do that. That was my first thought when I heard that story. That's a bit too far for Manny. That's the same story
right now, look, to be honest, and I know fellow Spence fans will hate this, I honestly think Pacquiao had more of a chance to beat GGG than Spence has to beat Canelo. And here's why I say that. Because of Pacquiao's movement. Even though GGG knocked out Steve Rose was giving him issues because of movement, because of the way he was moving. You know what I mean? So Pacquiao's fast as hell. And his movement, GGG ain't fought nobody as fast and moves around like Pacquiao. A sneaky left hand he throws up there. I'm not saying he could hurt GGG. I don't think that Pacquiao would have been able to do anything to hurt GGG. That motherfucker has a chin, granite chin, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think, say it goes the distance, you could have seen maybe a split decision or some shit, right? It's a unanimous decision or a stop with Canelo all day. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, at the same point, Manny Pacquiao has never fought anybody with the power of Triple G just in his jab alone.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
that jab would be hard to find a Manny Pacquiao, fam.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But that jab, you know what I mean?
I'm just saying if he lands it, like that will hurt him more than any other punch that man's ever taken in his life. So so it sort of evens itself out, So both guys will have advantages, but I would have my money on Triple G because you got more chance of landing. Manny Pacquiao can land 1,000 punches that night, Triple G just walk through it. All it takes is 1 or 2 punches for Triple G to land, and that fight's over.
1 or 2 good punches, it's a wrap, bro. G-Man Boxer says, I can't see Spence beating Canelo. No way. Damn right, G-Man, I'm with you. That game in the building, what's good with you?
Salute, my brother. Salute, man. I might be the only one with the difference of opinion on here right now.
No, you're not. On here, but there are a lot of people already talking that dumb shit. And I will tell you this. A lot of times, that game, you got to reevaluate your opinion when you got idiots like he knows his sports that agree with you. That dude's a complete idiot. And then you would be in agreement with an idiot. You're not an idiot, but he's for sure an idiot. He's actually made my segment twice and probably won't be the last time.
Well, I might make it after this comment I'm about to
No,
make.
I won't put anybody. I said this before, and I want everybody in the chat, Dead Game, you too, to understand this. I'm not ever putting any of you guys. I always tell Willie Boy Slip and Move this. I'm never gonna put anybody in the Speak Your Mind Sports Talk family on an episode of You Idiot. Right. So whoever's eating the chips, put yourself on mute for a second. So I'm not gonna put anybody on the You Idiot segment. This is reserved for Tyson Fury's, Floyd Mayweather's, Max Kellerman, or channels that are just simply idiotic, right? Blood
Right,
boxing,
right.
blood boxing, LDBC. I never put him on a episode of You Idiot. 78 Fight Fan, regardless of who don't like the fact that I like the dude and I'm subscribed to him. I'll never put him on an episode of You Idiot. Never. You guys never put you on an episode of You Idiot. You Idiot is reserved for complete idiots. So if they get on that episode, understand that they're complete idiots. Although Tyson Fury is my guy in boxing, you can't tell me this dude don't say a ton of idiotic shit, right? Tyson Fury does, right? He all half the shit that comes out of his mouth is idiotic. So he deserved to be there. Floyd Mayweather was on there. Floyd, you idiot, right? But that game will never be on an episode of You Idiot. Iron Cohen in the building, never on an episode of You Idiot. None of you guys ever. I can promise you that. It's reserved for the real idiots. And you, Dead Game, are no idiot. But share your opinion about this fight.
Well, I think it's good for him to call Canelo out. I think the game plan is to become undisputed at 147 and then catch Canelo. I think in about 2 years, 2.5 years, or whatever. They just building the fight right now. It won't be a fight that's coming up in the next 2, 3 fights for Spence.
Did you
Uh,
read the article?
yeah, I read it. It's still to playing on our minds. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya came out 2 years ago and said he wanted the Spence
Yeah,
fight.
I mentioned that, but that was foolishness, and I'll go over that again. That was during the time when Spence and Mikey would set up the fight, right? And Oscar De La Hoya was basically coming in there like a disruptive thing. But Oscar De La Hoya threw out a $15 million tag when we know Spence was going to make way more than that fighting a Mikey Garcia. And at the time when Oscar De La Hoya did that, Canelo Alvarez was his name won't bouncing around like that. We had the Joshua and the Deontay Wilder, the Spence, and the Crawford moving up, and Canelo was kind of getting lost in the sauce. So what Oscar did was came up with that bullshit scenario to get Canelo's name back in the limelight. You feel what I'm saying? That's all that was about when Oscar came out with that shit.
But we have to understand this also. Um, if and I know if a lot of people say if, but if Errol Spence become undisputed, him and Canelo would be the biggest fight since Floyd, bro. I mean, it
No
would
way.
be
No way.
Spence and Canelo at Jerryville would gather in more money than any other fight that could be possibly made.
No, no. So you telling me that Spence and Canelo will make more money than Fury Joshua? Bumped your fucking head, man.
If
First off, there.
Fury,
Hold on. Let me finish. First off, historically, and it ain't changed today, the heavyweight division is the most popular, most selling division. That fight is easily the biggest fight in boxing, hands fucking down. Period.
I I can disagree because that would be a UK fight. It would be the biggest fight ever in the UK. But when we're gonna start talking about selling that fight to the Americans, I don't think it would go as well as you think. Where I believe a Spence Canelo, just the damn gate alone would be ridiculous. I think that would, if it wouldn't be bigger, it would be right under, bro. It would be, and I mean, you're talking about two of the best heavyweights right now to compare to it. So that's explaining a lot to what I'm talking about. Spence Canelo, right now, no. Right now, no. But after Spence proved himself to where he's not damaged from this car accident, Spence is a very big 147 guy. I don't think he will have a problem with going to 160 as we know. He just stated it. I think it will be a tremendous fight. Who I have in that fight, you know, um, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know, bro. I think it's
Yeah,
I don't know. Right now for me, it's a 50-50 fight, bro.
it's not
It,
50-50.
given
No.
given Spence 100%. I think right now is a 50-50 fight. Spence is what, like 30 years old right now.
They're,
Um,
they're the same age, months apart.
they months apart. So, at 32 years old, each of them 32 years old, the wear and tear that Canelo have put in his body, his knees is bothering him. I think that I think, hey, bro, I'll pay for it. A matter of fact, I'll go to it. Uh, I mean, tremendous fight, bro. Tremendous fight, bro. And it's totally different from Mikey going up. I think that's totally different. I think Spence going up for Canelo. I mean, bro, it's amazing, bro. I mean, boxing. Boxing would just. Already boxing is coming back strong after the pandemic. I mean, shit. Spence Canelo, bro. I would love that fight. Love it.
Okay, boxing tells us, number one, that it's not a good fight because there's something called acclimating to a division, which definitely needs to be done, which is why Mikey got the shit beat out of him. Okay, you have to acclimate to a division. First and foremost, when we want to sit here and talk about wear and tear, regardless of what Spence fans or narrative pushers, not you, want to put out, Spence himself said that he's been tearing his body up because of this weight blowing up in between fights. Spence himself came out and admitted that. The drinking, many boxers will tell you that tears your body up. So when we want to sit here and talk about wear and tear, Spence been tearing his body up too. That's number one. Number two, with this fight, you're talking about it being right up under. Let me tell you something, big gang. And I don't even know, I understand why you trying to push this shit. Uh, Brian, go on mute for a second, fam. You got some noise coming through. I don't know what you're doing, but it's coming through real loud. But let me tell you this, dead gang. No fight in boxing is bigger than an undisputed match, fam. Four belt undisputed. But when you talk about four belt undisputed at the heavyweight division, that's something everyone wants. Any real boxing fan wants four belt undisputed at a heavyweight division. You're talking about a fight with a guy who's never thrown a punch at 160, never taken a punch at 160, will bypass 154 altogether versus a four belt heavyweight undisputed fight. Then you're basing things on America's market. Well, understand this too. There are going to be plenty of fucking Americans that will want to see that fight. Now, in America solely, you might have an argument of the numbers being close on that fight, but this is a worldwide sport. And just like you just admitted yourself, it would be huge for UK fans. When you couple that with the massive amount of American fans that will also want that fight, because all of us are not like the LDBC community or Joshua and Fury haters. No, a lot of us are about boxing first. We're about boxing first. We're not about an agenda or PBC lovers or anything like that. We're about boxing first. And that goes for a lot of Americans. Okay. And this is a heavyweight four belt undisputed fight. No fucking way is a Canelo versus Spence fight going to outsell a heavyweight four belt undisputed fight. Dude, you're delusional right now with that shit. It ain't going to even be fucking close. Period.
I think it'll be close.
Yeah, but
I think
you
it'll
haven't
do.
given no validity for that. You're just saying that
I
you
think
think that. You're giving no
I mean,
validity for that.
but what you saying is the only fight. Which other fight would do better numbers than that fight?
But it doesn't matter. You said the biggest fight. That's the fight that I'm
Well,
choosing. That's bigger.
it would have to be seen, bro. And I think it'll do. I think it's gonna do crazy numbers, bro. I'm crazy numbers. And if we
Okay.
talk, and just as many UK fans that will buy that heavyweight fight, man, they would be dying to buy this fight here, man.
Wrong.
Canelo versus Errol Spence.
I got
That's
two
the
guys in the
biggest fight.
UK. I got two guys that's in the UK. Just like I tell them all the time, y'all can't tell us about our culture. Well, I can't. You and me can't tell them about their culture. I got two guys in the UK right here, and I can guarantee you they will fucking totally disagree with you, fam. Totally
Well, I'm
disagree
not.
with you.
Well, let's say this before they cook. Let's say this. The question is, would they also buy the Spence Canelo fight? Also, that's all I want to know.
Well, I'm just gonna let what's up, Rap Star? What's up, Colin? I'm gonna let Colin crank this off, and you answer Dead Games. How you feel about Dead Games? Scenario thinking that Spence Crawford, or Spence Canelo would be bigger than AJ Joshua. What do you think about that, Colin?
No, I completely disagree with that. I'm not in the UK. I get
Oh,
most of my
okay.
I get most of my programming from America. So all of my pay-per-views or Fox Stars or whatever comes on Eastern Standard Time for me. And I'm telling you, a Canelo Spence fight, would not interest me more than an AJ versus Tyson Fury fight. It's just not no. You know what I mean?
No,
For,
that's
as you as you as you
good.
said, it's like you're not gonna have Errol Spence hop skipping an entire division to go up and fight a man who beat somebody at 175. You know what I'm saying? Canelo can go up to 175 pounds and win a championship. And I'm supposed to sit here and be like, oh yeah, Errol Spence is gonna give him a good run for his money. No, it'll be a mauling. I don't want to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Errol Spence take his time and go up if he wants to. Yes, he's a big 147 guy, but I don't mean he's a middleweight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a championship caliber middleweight. That's not a close fight. You
It's
know,
not.
it's not the first time I've heard people talk about Errol Spence going to 160 to fight Canelo. But as you said, that's just clout chasing. They want to talk about something. You know, he needs to address that. I'm going to become undisputed at 147. Stop talking about Canelo. You
Right.
got stuff to do at 147. Okay,
Right.
Canelo
He
has an
promised
issue.
your fans. He promised you and me that game. Cleaning
Okay,
out 147.
you got to deal with Terrence Crawford. That's what you got to deal with. Right? I don't agree that it'll be anywhere close to a Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury fight.
Not close.
That fight is going to be covered by every possible media house in America, in wherever, because it seems like to me Dead Game is saying like Americans wouldn't be interested in Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury,
That's bullshit.
but the Brits would be interested in Errol Spence versus Canelo. How you work that out?
Right. That's what I'm saying. How you figure
Nah,
that
I
out?
don't understand. So
No,
you
I'm
figure
not.
No, hold on. Sorry. I'm I'm gonna be done now, sir. You figure the Brits would stay up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch that fight rather than Americans being able to watch a Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight if it happens in the UK at like what 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time?
Right.
Because remember, for America, British cards come on early, right? They come on like what 10
2
o'clock,
o'clock.
D?
No, 2 o'clock, 2:30, something like that.
Right? So y'all get to see the main event pretty early for UK card. But for UK, they get to see American main events at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I mean, you know,
And,
no,
and
I
you're
don't.
talking about a fight that's not interesting. Only
It's not
PBC
interesting.
lovers, Spence fanboys, or certain people that want to believe these narratives pushed by the LDBC would agree with that concept. That's it. The regular boxing fan, most of us, we're not going with that bullshit narrative. And just like Iron Cole said, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, 4-belt undisputed heavyweight is going every fucking network in America that day. Not gonna miss out on that kind of money. You got to be kidding me. They would never miss out on that kind of money. But I can guarantee you, there'll be some UK fans say, like, man, I'm not gonna watch that. Spence has no chance in this fight. I'm not staying up 5 in the morning to watch a massacre. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Rap star, you are in the UK, right?
Yeah, I'm from England.
Right. So tell that game the interest level of AJ versus Canelo in America versus Spence versus Canelo in the UK.
Yeah, before Rapstar gets to that, because I know D. Jefferson likes to be precise on what stuff he talks about, I like to rephrase myself from yesterday. I was drinking a lot, and you said that £3 million will be about $4 million. Remember you said that?
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, so
On
you're right.
Punchline.
I went and looked at 2017. It would have been 4.2 million. So I need to rephrase myself first. I was drinking, yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to really argue about that rap star.
No,
You was
no.
like, well, I'm the
I
money.
just like to put my shit
No,
straight
no.
whenever I say something.
Yeah, I got you. But I just wanted to share this with you right quick.
Yeah.
Because you was telling me how you were in money and commodities and shit like that, right?
Yes.
And I get that, right?
Yes.
But you know what my business was in 2009? My brother and I had a business. It was metal recycling, which is a commodity, which we have to pay attention to that shit too.
For sure. And I used to import and export.
See what I mean?
I used to import and export a lot. So I used to play with different currencies when I used to import and export.
Right.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Let's get to the subject. So the subject is Errol Spence versus Canelo is a fight which somebody says as big as Tyson Fury and AJ. Is that what I'm hearing?
This is that game.
No, that's not what you heard. What you heard was the Errol Spence Canelo fight would be a tremendous fight. And I asked D, what would be a bigger fight? And he mentioned the two top heavyweights in boxing right now, which I can agree. Yeah, that would be a bigger fight. But I said in America, I think that the Canelo Earl would be a tremendous fight in America. And also, yes, Americans do watch early fights because the Errol Spence Kell Brook fight was a tremendous fight. They made lots of numbers, and that was out there. So Americans do watch early fights, big fights, but I think that it would also be a tremendous fight. Maybe not doing as much numbers, but it'll be pretty damn close, bro.
No, see, that's the thing. It won't be close, fam.
Can I just say something?
Close.
As numbers, it wouldn't even be halfway close. Not even halfway close. Because with the AJ and Tyson Fury fight, they got Saudi Arabia ready to pay big numbers for that, yeah? And Errol Spence with Canelo would only be big in USA. And it might be big a little bit elsewhere, but it will no way near the numbers. No way near, bro. That's what I'd say.
Right. And all boxing fans, this is one thing about it. It's why it's not close, that game. And you backtrack there a little bit too. Don't make me rewind this live on you. You did backtrack because the initial you was like, no, that fight would be bigger. And as I started talking, you started to change the tune. But let me go back though. All boxing fans want 4-belt undisputed at heavyweight. All of us want that.
Yep.
No, all boxing fans, and intrigue is something that you left out, that game. And I talk about that. You got to look at the intrigue. When fights are intriguing, right, interesting, then people will stay up to watch it. So the fight between Errol Spence and Kell Brook was an intriguing fight. Okay, hold on right quick. Brian, that's Rapstar, one of you guys. Just y'all go on mute when you're not on the mic because it's Rapstar. Go, yeah, do that for me. So here's the thing: Errol Spence and Kell Brook was an intriguing fight. That game, it was an interesting fight that people are like, okay, one of these guys could win, this guy could win, that guy could win. And I'll say it again: only Spence lovers, PBC lovers, or certain LDBC channels feel like there's intrigue in Canelo and Spence. Most of us don't see any intrigue in that fight. Spence gets beat. You're alone on this panel too, talking about some fucking 50-50. See, the consensus was with Brook's side, and even some people in America, the fight was 50-50. Don't nobody see this fucking Canelo Spence fight as 50-50 but you, fam. You're the only one that sees that. So a lot of the people that's just like the rest of us that don't see that as a 50-50 fight, they're not stand up no fucking 5 o'clock in the morning to watch a fight that they know is a fucking wash, bro, because there's not the intrigue in that fight. So you can't compare the Brook fight for multiple reasons. Because another thing about the Brook fight is it was UK versus the United States. So that still don't fucking work. But the most popular division historically is the big guys. the heavyweight division. That's the most popular division. And 4-belt undisputed is something that all the fucking fans want. You have a selective fans that want to see this dude do the impossible, which I really believe is damn near impossible. That's just the reality of it, man. It's not even close. You're trying to make
Yeah,
it
but
like
D,
it's close, it's comparable. It's not fucking close, man.
but D, do you remember when Spence was coming up before his accident and before Sean Porter's fight? The way
Right,
we were calling him the boogeyman. Remember that?
right. I've
Before
been
the
a
Sean
Spence
Porter
fan
fight.
forever.
And he was walking through people before the Sean Porter fight. If that aura carried on and he carried on smoking people, and he smoked Sean Porter a bit easier, people would be a bit more intrigued, if you understand what I mean.
Facts. But it didn't
Well,
happen. And
well,
then
to
and
put it,
then and then another thing is he would have had to knock Mikey Garcia out, right? He went 12 rounds with him. So you go 12 rounds with Mikey and you have a tumultuous fight with Sean Porter. Get the fuck out of here with the intrigue of the fight. It's only Spence fans that's intrigued. PBC lovers that's intrigued by that shit.
but we talking about ifs though, and if Errol Spence was to catch undisputed at 147 and have that fight at Dallas Stadium, I mean, look at Mexico, man. Look at Texas. Texas is bigger than the UK by itself. I mean, that fight, I'm not all right. Let me just say this. The heavyweight guys, those are the money makers. But what I'm trying to say is not right now. I wouldn't want the fight right now. And the fight is not going to happen now. What they're doing is they're building that fight up. And yes, I do believe in the future that fight is going to happen. Now, would it do bigger numbers than AJ Fury? I don't think so. But it is possible.
No, it's
I mean,
not possible.
you
That
have
game. It's not.
you. Well, we're gonna see. Well, that's something we're gonna see because right now what we're doing is all we doing is talking about our opinions. And I'm not saying that the AJ
Man,
Fury fight
whatever,
wouldn't
bro.
be huge. It would be huge because it's the two top heavyweights. But right now you have Mexico. I mean, you have Texas, you have America, you have the UK. I mean, I tell you what would be bigger fight in Mexico? Canelo Earl or AJ Fury? Mexico only.
Mexico only.
Yes.
It could be close, and I'll tell you why. And a lot of my Mexican fans in here will agree with this. A lot of Mexicans don't even fucking support or like Canelo. So what you saying now? And
But
that's
a
a
lot of
fact.
Mexicans support and like Earl.
It doesn't matter, fam.
I
A
think
lot of
Anthony
Mexicans
Joshua.
in Texas,
I
U.S.
think
bound.
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua might even overpower it in Mexico.
That's
How about
right,
that?
bro. He's not getting this shit, bro. Because this is the thing, big gang. You listen, man. I swear, bro. I tell you and P Boxing at the same time, and I know the narratives. And I'm not saying you, dead gang, but I know the narratives that are coming out from Fanon, BFTB, Blue Blood Sports. They're gonna come with these narratives that you're trying to push on this channel, fam. Ain't nobody buying that shit you selling right now. I'm telling you that shit right now. Whether they may have already come up with one of these videos. Nobody in this community is buying that shit that you're selling right now, Big Game. Because the facts of the matter is we look at boxing first. We don't look at PBC first. And they do. They clearly do. Okay? The BFTB came up on his own fucking live and said it. And then he boasts and brags, we pushed the narrative around you too. Which is probably true. I didn't even deny that when BFTB said that because the LDBC has so much presence. They do push the narrative on YouTube. But it's them that will push that bullshit narrative, and it ain't gonna fly over here, big gang. It ain't gonna fucking fly.
Out of everybody, out of all the people on this panel right now, there's four of us right now.
Right.
I want to know one question. If Errol Spence was undisputed at 147, and I mean, and that
I'm gonna
means
answer first.
he didn't wipe through everybody,
Mhm.
who would not buy the Earl Canelo fight?
Okay.
As boxing
Now,
fans and the way we support boxing, who would not buy it?
okay. Now let me actually hold on. I said I got first to answer this, and I'll let you go next, Rap Star. I'm gonna answer that question with many people, but I will ask you something in return. Teofimo Lopez just won 4-belt undisputed. How intrigued would people be to see him jump 2 weight classes and fight a fucking Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence? Because that's the type of shit you're talking about right now. He would bypass 140 to Josh Taylor's and Ramirez because he's won 4-belt undisputed. You're trying to put this weight on 4-belt undisputed. How intriguing. How many people would think that Teofimo Lopez is going to jump up there and beat a Crawford or a Spence? Because that's the same fucking scenario you're pushing right now because of 4-belt undisputed.
Yeah. All right. Can I answer
Yeah,
this here?
go ahead. You can answer and then
Right.
your world stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to stay up 5 a.m. in the morning maybe to watch Canelo Alvarez
Thank you. Somebody else in Europe telling you right now. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, beat the living shit out of Errol Spence Jr., right? I like Errol Spence Jr. I think he's a good fighter. Always have done, right? But there are levels to it, right? One thing he would have to do, he'd have to get used to 154. Then you have to move up to 160. Then he'll have to acclimate to 160. And then, depending on how he does, then he gets the fight with Canelo Alvarez. That's how that shit works. Right? We could talk about 3-4 years before we could see this fight happens if he does that. And who knows where in 4 years Canelo Alvarez will be? He might be up 175 completely by that point. We don't know. So I just think what we're talking now, let's see how he does against Danny Garcia first, because we don't know where he is after the accident. Let's just see how he does against Danny Garcia. And then let's make a plan after that, because right now I think it's premature talk, and that's just what I think. I think it's clout chasing. Yeah.
No, you're totally right. And that's why I said, I'm not saying about the Danny Garcia. I'm saying if he mopped the floor with 147, and we already know Earl is not a small guy. I'm saying as boxing fans, and I'm going to say like this, UK have boxing fanatics. You cannot tell me the UK would not support this fight. They support every other fight.
Let me speak on that. Let me speak
real quick, Rapstar, again, that game. You can't tell somebody else about their fucking culture, fam. And that's exactly, this dude is living in the fucking UK and not agreeing with you. You're basically trying to tell him about the fucking culture that he lives in. You don't live there, nigga. You live in America.
But let me speak on that. Let me speak on that.
Let me
speak on that. Hardcore boxing fans would be interested, but the casual boxing fans won't be. The casual money.
This is a casual boxing fan. This is
hold on, gang. Don't start that. Let the man talk. Let him talk. And then you next. I'll give you the floor next.
And then y'all can cook it up. So basically,
go ahead.
Yeah. So one thing I would say with what this gentleman's saying about Errol Spence, before his accident and before the Sean Porter fight, I had a feeling that he would move up in weight afterwards and face somebody like Canelo. I did think that at one stage because of how big he is. But as far as how close his fight was and with Sean Porter and his accident, I think he's got a lot of work to clean up the 147. He's still got Keith Thurman there after Danny Garcia. And we still can see if he can push for the Terrence Crawford fight. By him trying to be extra great, he needs to do great things. He needs to do something great. I'm an Errol Spence fan, but he needs to do something great to move up 2 weights for everybody's eyes to be on him. Now, yeah? So, far as I'm concerned, right now, as we see it right now, it ain't going to happen. No, I don't see it even happening 2021. But if he fights someone stable at 154 and moves up, and he does a good job on Danny, and he doesn't get the Crawford fight, and then he moves up, and then he's stable and he's good, then I believe, he can make that fight. But Errol has to call out for that fight. Errol has to do a couple of great things before he gets there, if that makes sense.
And brother, all I'm saying is what he's doing right now is building that fight for 3 years from now. The dude is not, it's all cap right now. And everybody should know that. It's all cap. But just putting it out there is just putting the filler out there. It's like a jab you throw that you're not even trying to hit the man.
Clout chasing.
It's clout chasing. It is what it is. But what I'm saying, right now, we're talking about ifs. And I already explained to you, brother, if he clean out 147, totally dominate and clean it out, which, I'm definitely an Errol Spence fan, but my number one guy at 147 is Bud. But if we talking about if he cleans it out and dominated and don't take any fights at 154 and jump up to 160 for a Canelo fight, I think it would do massive numbers, and I think it's a 50-50 fight. That's
Okay.
just
Okay. Let me say this, fam, because I asked you if you read the article, but all of these fucking scenarios that you throwing out was not displayed in the article. Furthermore, the Crawford fight has to happen, and then nobody knows what's going on with Pacquiao. He would have to collect that belt as well. But if you read the article, like you said, you read the article. It's two things significantly they said in that article, and one was talking about 2021. That's number one. Number two, they were talking about targeting Canelo after the Danny fight. So all of these fucking bullshit scenarios you throwing up, if he cleans out 147, if he goes undisputed, if he does this, I won't how the article's explaining it. This is your explanation to justify the bullshit. As far as your explanation to justify the bullshit. Because it's bullshit. Now, number two, Errol Spence is not the boxer Canelo is. And Canelo's way bigger and stronger. And you're talking about some fucking 50-50 fight. What the fuck has Spence done to show us that he would be a 50-50 fight with Canelo? Canelo, the consensus is that nobody at 160 or 168 can beat Canelo. And now you're talking about a Spence who hasn't shown dominance at 147, jumping two weight classes to make it a 50-50 fight? You're making no sense right now.
No, I'm making
that's the only
sense
part I
because
agree with D. I agree with D that his last fight with Sean Porter was too close. And as far as I'm concerned, if he had walked through Sean Porter, this conversation would have been stronger.
I understand, but that's why I said if. My uncle told me once, if a dog had a square ass, he would shit a brick. But if, I'm talking about ifs. I'm saying if he cleaned it out. Right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Errol Spence was to fight Canelo in 2021 and not fight Crawford, it would be ducking Crawford and it'll be a cash out fight.
That's what that's what my title says, and that's what the article is based on. Not your ifs, not any of your ifs. Hold on. My turn. I ain't cut you off. My turn. It's not based on any of your fucking ifs. But if we buy this shit that you're selling right now, that's going to be attached to these bullshit narratives that Blue Blood and them are going to start pushing. So I'm not letting you push that fucking bullshit narrative over here, man. See, I'm the guy on YouTube and hear bullshit narratives and debunk those shits before they get started. And if we accept any of this dumb shit you're saying right now, that helps push their narrative that they're most definitely going to push out.
But
and
Errol can change the narrative, D. Errol can change the narrative, D. Jefferson. He can change it by smoking Danny Garcia and then smoking Pacquiao. And then if he doesn't get the Crawford fight, and then he can just say, okay, now I'm ready to move out. I smoked everyone. But he has to smoke them.
I agree with that. But that's not what the article's talking about. So we're talking about something that's against what the article. I'm basing this live on this fucking article. Hold up. Let me put it back up. This is what I'm basing the live on. This article. I ain't basing the live on all the fucking dead game scenarios. Because all the dead game scenarios don't do nothing but support a fucking narrative that's about to come out from certain LDBC channels. That's all his ifs and hypothetical support is a narrative that they're definitely getting ready to push out if they haven't already. Because I haven't seen all. That's all it's doing. But based on this fucking article here, anybody can go read the article. None of those hypotheticals or ifs that that game is throwing in here is mentioned in that article. So let's have this live based on the article and not all of these fantasies. Because another thing that is completely true here is the fact that they are finding a hard time. Hey, Rap Star, I'm the one putting you on mute, dog, and I keep putting you on mute because you got this interference. So that's the only reason I'm putting you on mute. Let's base this live here on the actuals, not no fucking created scenarios that they're not describing in this article here. Now, whether Spence's team is planning on doing whatever, that's fine, but that's not what they're mentioning in this article here. They're talking after the Danny Garcia fight, targeting Canelo. And they said 2021. It ain't enough fucking time to fight Crawford and seek out that WBA belt by 2021, especially when these motherfuckers don't fight twice a year. So based on that article, all of your hypotheticals and all of your scenarios don't do nothing at all. It does absolutely nothing but support a narrative that is going to surface from LDBC channels, certain LDBC channels. That's all it's doing. And that shit's not flying here, fam. It ain't flying here. I'm shutting that shit down, fam. Because those hypotheticals and those scenarios is not what's being reported, there, gang. That's just support of a fucking narrative, fam. I'm no fucking idiot. I know how these narratives start. I know how they're created. And they're created with all of your hypotheticals and ifs. That's how these scenarios are created. And because the LDBC has so many fucking people following them, right? Then they fall into these fucking bullshit narratives. That's what happens. That's why we have all this fucking confusion in the YTBC. That's why we have people like P. Boxing over here that don't do his research. He just listens to every fucking thing they say and then come over here talking about the dumb shit he's talking about, right? That's how it happens. So I debunk that shit from the start. Even if it's my guy, because I call it straight down the line. I'm a huge Spence fan. And even if it's a bullshit narrative, I put boxing first. Not black fighters, not American fighters, not narratives. I put boxing first. And the sport of boxing tells us two things. Very unlikely that this fucking fight happens because Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy working with fucking PBC. The articles tell us something else. The Zone and their model of subscription-based versus pay-per-view model and Fox also says this fight doesn't happen. Another thing the article explains is that they're targeting Canelo before jumping into a 4-belt undisputed fight with Crawford or Pacquiao. So if we stick to the article, if we stick to what's being said, all that shit you saying right now, including the 50-50, which you have nothing to validate this being a 50-50 fight, is just promoting a narrative. That's all it's doing, there, gang. You're sitting here trying to promote a narrative and telling us what we need to understand. I don't need to understand any bullshit narratives. I'm not letting it fly, fam.
But the thing about it is, that is why the article was put out, to start a bullshit narrative.
Yeah, and I'm here to stop it.
Well, this is the thing. It is there for us to be talking about it today. You know, it was put out. If I understand, but we both know Errol Spence is not going after Canelo at 160 right now. But we both know that he have work to do at 147. That's why I brought in the ifs. It's about to get us talking, you know, to get us imagining Jerryville, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, undisputed Errol Spence, possible undisputed Canelo Alvarez at 160. I mean, I'm just saying it would be a huge fight. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, if you're gonna, can you hear me? Am I still on mute?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm on mute.
Go ahead, Rapstar. No.
What I was saying is though, yeah. I mean, it all depends where Canelo's looking at it from. That if Errol Spence performs, does Errol Spence bring more numbers than Jamal Charlo? I think he does. Yeah, he does bring more numbers than Jamal Charlo because of all the aura, and let's see what he's got still to bring to the table. But he got to bring it to the table before he moves up to fight a Spence. Like D said, it's too early. Y'all are talking about it too early. You're making it into a situation too early. So he's right in what he's saying. You're wasting energy right now for boxing. But yeah, we get what's behind it because D can see what's behind it. He's letting you know that there's something behind this fucking clout chasing. So that's why he doesn't want to join the whole fucking bandwagon too early. So he got a right. He wants to be on the situation when it's on point and if it's on point.
Exactly. Now, thank you. That was well fucking said, Rapstar. You hit the fucking nail on the head, fam. Well said. Now, I want to get into this because the whole Canelo situation, that's clout chasing at its finest. I don't think there's any argument. But let's get on this 50-50 shit. I want you to validate how at any fucking level, Errol Spence, who just squeezed into the pound for pound recently, right? On any level, how the fuck is this fight 50-50? You
He
give
will
us the
never get
breakdown first.
50-50.
Let
He's not
that
going to
guy
get
give us the
50-50.
breakdown because he's the one who said that this is a 50-50 fight. So break
Well,
this down.
I would prefer to put out a scenario, and that's Rap Star you said on the other end.
Rap Star and Brian Harkin.
I would like to put out a scenario and let them answer the scenario. Okay.
I'm going on mute then.
Okay. Errol Spence mop the floor at 147. Dominate. Okay. Impressive. Okay. Do not even touch 154. Canelo Alvarez come down and well, Canelo Alvarez do what he do and fight whoever these guys are. Bad knees. Throughout, 50-something plus fights. 160 from him fighting at 170 something, dropping back down to 160. No clenbuterol, even fight. Where do you guys put this fight in, let's say 2.5, 3 years, if Errol Spence mopped the floor and Canelo dropped down and come to 160? What do you guys have it?
You want to go first or shall I?
No, you go first.
What I can imagine is a funeral. That's it.
Is that all you got to say, yeah?
Errol Spence's funeral. That's it.
No, I mean, I'm going to be straight. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. I believe Errol Spence, if he moves up slowly and I see what he's got to offer, if he's still got the boogeyman in him, he spars with people at 170, 180 on a regular basis. So it's not like Errol Spence is he's a huge 147. So it's not like, but I don't believe it will be a 50-50 fight for sure. And I'll tell you where it will definitely not be 50-50 in the purse. It'll be a 30-70. It'll be a 30-70 split. That's for sure. If you're coming up against the number one pound for pound guy or somebody who's around that status, you can't ask for a 50-50 purse. For sure, anyway, yeah? But as far as the fight, I reckon Errol, we have to see what Errol's still out here. We got to see what Errol we got after this accident and all the Palama and everything else. We still got to see what kind of Errol Spence Jr. is coming in the ring with Danny Garcia before we start, making these narratives or what we think Errol's going to have a stand a chance against Canelo. So it's very hard to say. But if you're talking about the old Errol moving up, I say he's still got a chance. Because what you're not realizing about Errol Spence Jr., yeah? He's a huge 147. And he spars regularly with way bigger people. So he'll be way more suited to go into that fight and way more conditioned in that fight if they're going to move towards that direction. But it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. They're going to take time with that situation. So we got to see what Errol we got in the ring before we start making any, any kind of what's going to happen in the Canelo fight. We got to see what Errol we got still coming up now.
Rap Star, this is you didn't answer my question properly, right? And I'm going to tell you why. I gave you the scenario, and that scenario is dominating 147, cleaning it out, impressive. The way it could be done. That's not far-fetched to imagine that. Okay, dominating 147, which is going to take at least 2.5 years. Canelo fighting the way he's been fighting these guys he's been fighting. Okay, at 170, at whatever weights he's fighting at, and then coming down with these bad knees and whatever damage he's taken since he's been fighting professional for 15 years old, coming down to 160, and Errol Spence coming up dominating 147, and like you just said, not in the ring with somebody he haven't felt punches from a bigger guy. I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about the fight. Would that be closer to a 50-50 fight if we get the Errol Spence that we could get in the Canelo we got?
Yes. If it gets to 160 and we move Canelo back to 160 and we slowly move Errol to 160, yeah, then it'll be a closer fight.
I'm saying 2.5 years. And I'm talking about not just 2.5 years of drinking and partying, because I think the young brother then came to his senses now. I'm talking about an Errol Spence that has dominated 147. I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm not talking about 2021. I'm talking about 2023. You know, at Jerryville in Texas, I think it'll be a very close fight. So answer that for me, brother.
No, for sure. If the way that you're putting it together and the plan that you're putting together, it gives Errol a way more better chance in the fight.
Well,
For
this
sure.
is what you have to understand. That statement is clout chasing. We all know Errol is not going to fight no Canelo right now unless they see something in Errol and they want to cash him out, right? And they haven't seen that yet because he haven't fought nobody for it to be showed. So I'm saying Errol is a good chance that Errol can clean out the division and look impressive. And it's going to take at least 2.5 years to do it. And Canelo, with his bad knees and whatever else he have and whatever issues he's having, I think it'll be a cash out fight for Canelo damn near.
I mean, can you imagine? Can you
All right,
imagine
so
Errol smoking Danny Garcia, beating Manny Pacquiao, getting Crawford, beating him, and then after 2 years, then calling out Canelo? That would be a huge fight. It'll be a huge fight.
That's all I'm saying, brother. Because we all know that
okay.
article was clout chasing. We all know that.
All right, let me jump in here. Let me jump in here because again, bro, you say things that are just not fucking accurate. Okay, now you said if Errol Spence cleans out 147, go undisputed and dominates, he hasn't already dominated. He's won 2 belts, one against Brook and one against Porter, and he's dominated in neither fight. So you're already off there. He didn't dominate to win that belt with Brook. He didn't dominate to win the fucking belt from Porter. Some people actually felt Porter won. I'm not one of them. I think Spence won that for sure. I felt like Spence won just like I felt Teofimo won. So I'm not one of those people. But you have people arguing that Porter won that fight. So he did not dominate the first 2 fucking belts he got. Now
Well,
you're
let's
talking about
involve the panel.
hold up, let me go here because I'm not cutting y'all off. I was on fucking mute, so let me rock. So you're talking, see, again, you're throwing up these fucking scenarios that ain't fucking happening, fam. How you gonna throw up scenario if he goes for about undisputed and dominate? That ship has sailed already because the first 2 fucking belts he won, he didn't dominate in either fucking fight. So your ship has fucking sailed already. Already sailed.
It's a possibility we get a different Errol Spence. He won those fights. I think he came in. I think he looked it very good against Brook. He won those fights.
Did he
no matter
dominate
what.
either fight? Did he
Also,
dominate either fight?
yeah, but he was an alcoholic. So
Did
I think
he dominate either fight?
no.
Thank you. So your ship has fucking sailed because he cannot go 4 belt undisputed dominating when he hadn't dominated the first 2 fucking belts he won.
Well, I mean from this point on, D. I mean from this point on.
Yeah,
okay?
you mean a whole lot of shit that just fits a fucking narrative that's about to come out. You keep saying a bunch of shit that fits a fucking narrative. Just like we know that article, we know for sure that article only displays clout chasing. I don't care if you don't want to admit it, but I know for sure that these narratives are going to come out and your explanations right now support the bullshit narratives. I know that for sure. And we ain't buying it here. I don't speak to Mind Sports Talk and any other fucking panel I go on. I'm going to spit the same shit so that the truth can go around the YTBC. The truth, not no bullshit narratives. I'm around the YTBC on BDA, Unrivaled, Thunderdome, and a Punch Drunk, or even Showbiz, a lot of big channels with a lot of fucking subscribers to debunk these bullshit narratives that are going to definitely come out from LDBC channels, certain LDBC channels. And that's a fact, man.
Yo, I got to show the channel love, like and subscribe, send a donation. What y'all think about this conversation on the panel? Do you think Errol Spence got a chance with Canelo now or after 2 years? Let the panel know.
Yeah, y'all put that in there. Put that in there. Y'all think he got a chance now or after 2 years? Dre Spective in the building. Dre, I called you up here to try to make some sense of this 50-50 because you felt, I think you agree with Big Bang. JB, what's good with your Jose Yepes? So go ahead, break it down, Dre. Your floor.
Mine wasn't a 50-50 fight. I never said it was a 50-50 fight.
Oh, okay.
I said I could see a scenario. I did a 70, maybe 70-30. I see a scenario where Errol Spence can capitalize and win on points. I think that's his best opportunity, best chance. But that's any fighter that steps in the ring with Canelo. It's not like, you know, the night of the fight, anybody can win in that ring, man. Anything can happen. So, and I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that this fight couldn't happen and couldn't happen next, because Oscar De La Hoya will capitalize off the situation. He called out after the fight with Daniel Jacobs. He mentioned he wanted Errol Spence next. He said that in the post fight. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that he doesn't want this fight. He knows it's a big money fight, and with Canelo in this litigation or whatever, you know, mix up with the zone, and they're looking for an opponent, do you think that when they start talking about premier opponents, don't you think that Errol Spence's name could be, if he's successful in his next pay-per-view, that could be a name that's on the table for the zone to come with some negotiation?
You came in a little bit after. I've already addressed this, but I'll just go right back over it to maybe clear up some understanding for you on that Oscar De La Hoya situation. At the time, Spence was involved with a fight where he would make much more than $15 million. At the time, with the Anthony Joshua, Spence taking off, Deontay Wilder, Canelo name was getting flooded out. We weren't hearing much about Canelo at the time. So what Oscar De La Hoya did was come out and say that he's interested in a Spence fight for less money than he was going to make in a much safer fight against a smaller Mikey Garcia, to clout chase. Same shit that Spence is doing now. Because everybody knew that fight wasn't going to fucking happen. Spence wasn't going to give up more money fighting a smaller guy to go fight a fucking Canelo. And that's when Oscar De La Hoya came out, because he needed to get Canelo name back on the scene, because his name was not being talked about a lot during that time. Right? So that's all that was about. That's all that fake interest in fighting a Spence was about. Because I can tell you this right now, especially during that time when we still wanted 4-belt undisputed, a lot of Canelo fans would have been pissed off for that fight. Because we want to see you get undisputed. We don't want to see you beating up on no goddamn Spence. So that's what that was about, Dre. Just that part of it. Now, everything else I pretty much agree with you on. And what I was saying, that the whole 50-50 shit is nonsense. You can't justify Spence. Spence has not shown us shit in his career that says he beats the best at 160. No, nothing. What fight? The tumultuous fight with Brook, or the tumultuous fight with Porter? Which one y'all picking to say that he would give Spence all of this competition? As far as Spence, the 70-30, and Spence possibly being able to win on points, I don't really disagree with that one. I don't. A lot of Canelo fans would disagree with me even on that. I don't disagree with that. But that's why it's a 70-30 chance. It's a possibility he could do that, but a slight one. 70% says Canelo's going to win that fight. We agree on that, Dre. I just don't agree on no 50-50 fight. And I damn sure don't agree that Spence versus fucking Canelo would be anywhere close as a bigger fight as Anthony Joshua and fucking Tyson Fury. It's not even fucking close, man. Not even fucking close. Those were the two things that I was shutting down.
That's not even a conversation.
No, it's not even a fucking conversation.
But the viewership and pay-per-view numbers for that will be significantly higher, because it's a significantly less sold fight, meaning like it's going to cost a lot less than a Spence versus Canelo matchup. You gonna pay that? I'm guarantee you, Spence versus Canelo sales at a starting point of $100.
Listen, Dre. Listen, let's not talk about revenue made. We're talking about views. You pushing it. You hold on. Let me finish, because I sit there and let y'all talk. Don't cut me off. You're pushing the goalpost with that, because now you're talking about revenue earned versus views. Of course, you're gonna earn more revenue charging $100 a fight. It doesn't take as many views to earn more revenue versus $25 fucking a fight. So I'm not even gonna argue that, because that's pushing the goalpost. We're talking about viewership, fam. People being interested in the fight. People staying up in Europe 5 o'clock in the fucking morning to see a fight that they pretty much see as a fucking wash. Okay, and making the fight next after Danny Garcia puts all of my scenarios right exactly where they want to be, because not Dre, but Day Gang was talking some cleaning out 147 spectacularly 2 or 3 years from now. You said next. So next, Spence gets his ass whooped. And next, Spence ain't done all of these spectacular beating the whole 147-pound division dominantly and all of that. That fight gets no fucking traction next. Spence will have to do those hypotheticals and scenarios that fucking Dead Game brought up for this fight to be that intriguing.
He can make it intriguing if he knocks Danny Garcia out. If he knocks him out and he calls out Canelo, people will still want to be interested by the hype.
I'm not even in agreement with that at all, fam. Because now we talk. Well, look. Let me tell you why I'm not even in agreement with that at all. Who the fuck is Danny Garcia? Danny cherry picking Garcia that just had a fucking tumultuous fight with fucking Ivan Redcatch. That shit's not going to build intrigue. If he goes in there and stops Danny Garcia, I don't think anybody still believes he'll beat
Yeah,
Canelo.
but nobody's ever stopped Danny Garcia, D.
Bro, it's still Canelo that stopped the fucking Kovalev at 175. Rap star? Fuck Danny Garcia, bro. That's just gonna raise it. And then not only that, he would have stopped Danny Garcia, but he still would only have 2 belts at 147. He wouldn't have seen Crawford, which if he goes and stops.
But we know
Crawford,
the boxing world, D.
Hold on, fam. Hold on. Let me talk, because I'm not cutting y'all off. I'm not allowing nobody to cut y'all off, so don't cut me off. If he goes and stops a Terrence Crawford, then I'm with you. But stopping a non-champion Danny Garcia sparks the fucking interest? No, I'm not with that. I'm not with that at all.
Look, I'm a
real rap. Question for you, real rap. Listen. And I'm going back to this if bullshit, but it's just a real quick question.
That's all it's based on.
Okay, look. If Errol Spence dominate 147 and go up there and beat Canelo, would his career be better than Floyd Mayweather's? Right there.
No. Because Floyd beat Canelo on a one-time
I wasn't asking you. I was asking real rap.
Okay, well, go ahead.
You talk me or someone else?
I'm talking to you, brother. If he go out there and go undisputed, which Floyd never went undisputed. Never in his career, Floyd was undisputed. If he becomes undisputed at 147 and go up, 2 weight classes and beat the boogeyman and Canelo, would his career be on par with Floyd Mayweather's?
Not at that point, no.
Floyd started at 126 pounds and cleared, I mean, and won championships in every division coming up, and the longevity of his career at a high level, you know, it's not gonna
and beat more champions than any fucking body.
Yep. Can I ask a question?
Fucking no, hell no, he's not close to fucking Floyd. Go ahead, Brian.
All right. Same as we're on this Floyd Mayweather, Errol Spence Jr. Both in their primes. At 147, who wins?
Floyd, easy.
Floyd,
he's too smart.
I agree.
Floyd, easy. He's too smart.
Yeah, Floyd would pop shot.
He makes all the adjustments.
Floyd would pop shot Errol.
Yeah. So where's this comparison with Floyd Mayweather and Errol Spence Jr.? You know, so why do we have this comparison then?
I'm gonna answer this right now, because that shit leads to LDBC channels, certain channels' narratives. That's where it's from. Because I've actually heard some of them say that dumb shit before. That's where it's from. This is why you have dumbasses like fucking Fanon talking about Errol Spence #1 pound for pound after he beats Danny Garcia. And he said that. After beating Danny Garcia, that puts Errol Spence #1 pound for pound. See, this is where the silly shit comes from.
No, you got to respect D. Jefferson. He keeps it real. He's not going for any race or any politics. He goes for what boxing is. And that's the reason why I subscribe to your show, because there's no narratives. You're not following the tribe. You're the only one standing on your own, and there's a big tribe behind you, yeah? So they don't like you now. I've seen how it rolls, yeah? Because you like speaking your mind. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. If D. Jefferson was narrative, just because of Errol being black, he'll just be saying Errol #1, Errol #1. He ain't playing that game. So give him that respect, because I'm an Errol Spence fan. I'm an Errol Spence fan, but I can't put him #1.
I'm a huge Errol Spence fan, but a realistic Errol Spence fan. I'm not pushing fucking narratives for the PBC. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not trying to move fucking narrative like BFTB admitted. We push the narrative on fucking YouTube. Get used to it. He said it right there on this fucking goddamn live. That's what they do. Push the
But
fucking narratives on
if he beats
YouTube.
Danny Garcia, I'll put him in the
Fuck outta
top
here.
pound for pound. I'll put him in the top pound for pound 6, in the top 6 or 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't think.
I
Sorry,
won't deny that because fuck all the bullshit. I just said Errol Spence is my guy. I got him in the top 10 pound for pound right the fuck now. So, but going number 1 for beating Danny Garcia, has he bumped his fucking head?
Hey,
He must have bumped his fucking head with that.
Well, let me ask you this question. Would Errol Spence get just as much credit for waiting to beat Terence Crawford than moving up for Canelo? People will respect Errol more at the moment if he gets Terence Crawford.
I agree. I agree. No, I agree. He gotta get Crawford, brother. Because listen, if he beats Danny Garcia, like the article says, if he beats Danny Garcia and jump up for Canelo, I have to say it's a cash out fight and as a duck. No matter what it is, to me personally.
Yeah. Hey guys, real quick, let's let Brian get in here because I got your message, Brian. He got to get ready to tip off. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Basically, yeah. I would like to see him fight Crawford. I think that's the fight we all want to see. That's a 50-50 fight. 60-40 in some cases, 50-50 in most cases. You know, like that's a close fight, and that's a fight we've been hammering for the last 3 years. So I think Crawford. I'd like to see the Crawford fight. I'd like to see Errol Spence or Terence Crawford fight. Manny Pacquiao for the other belt. And become undisputed. Whoever won the Terence Crawford Errol Spence fight, go fight Manny Pacquiao for undisputed. I think we would all love to see that. I think that's the logical way to go. But at the end of the day, if he moves up to 160, do I think it's a cash out fight? Yeah, I think there's maybe an agenda of somebody in his camp because they know that his body can't take the rigorous going on fight after fight after fight after that car accident. That's just what I'm thinking. So I think, it might be a cash out. So if he's going to get more money to fight Canelo Alvarez, that's what it is. It's a cash out. That's the only way I say it.
Yeah, but there's not going to be no cash out because I'm an Errol fan. If he doesn't have a good performance against Danny Garcia, this whole narrative is going to stop.
Yeah. And I don't think that he's going to have I think he's going to beat Danny Garcia, but I don't think he's going to have a dominant performance over Danny Garcia because facts of the matter are, who the fuck has had a dominant performance over Danny Garcia? He's not been dominated. And Spence ain't going to dominate it. Just like these stupid motherfuckers, certain channels, talking about how Spence was going to knock Porter out. I said that shit before the fight. I said Spence ain't knocking Porter out. I don't even know where this dumb shit is coming from. And all of these people that I call out, BFTB, Phenom, Blue Blood, and the certain LDBC channels that I call out, saying stupid shit like Spence is gonna knock. He knows his sport's retarded ass. Spence gonna knock Porter out. He won't gonna fucking knock Porter out. He ain't gonna knock no Danny Garcia out. And the facts of the matter is this: all of these ifs and these scenarios, he has to dominate. He's not even gonna dominate Danny Garcia. It's not even a guarantee that he beats Terence Crawford, especially after this fucking accident. So he ain't gonna fucking dominate 147 to fucking go for a belt undisputed. Like I said, the ship has sailed, fam, because his first 2 belts he didn't dominate. He's not gonna dominate getting the rest of them.
Hey, did you say that he wasn't gonna knock out Porter, but Porter a tough son of a bitch. Like he did get knocked down and hard.
In a hard fight. It was a hard fight.
But let him finish. Go ahead, Drake.
I said he damn near knocked his teeth out his mouth. Porter is a tough son of a bitch. He didn't even want to go down from that shot. Everything in him, he was in the tip-top shape of his career. Because I've seen him get floored twice now. I think Adrian Broner caught him at the end of that fight that he was dominating, but he still caught him and dropped him. Porter is a tough son of a bitch. If it wasn't for the chin of Porter, he does get knocked out in that fight.
So what? Dre. So the fuck? Well, I mean, I hear you, but that's why I was saying he wasn't gonna knock him out.
Okay,
And the knockdown that he did get on Porter jumped right the fuck back up and said, "Come on, let's go." So how fucking hurt was he?
So let's go. Yeah, he was hurt.
Y'all are forgetting
No.
Adrian
He
Broner.
jumped right up and said, "Let's go." How hurt was he? I
his
said.
body froze.
Okay,
he
Dre.
didn't go down. He didn't go down really. His body froze.
Okay, so he wasn't getting knocked out. I'm not understanding your point. I said the channels, certain channels, he knows his sports. I'm not gonna pick on LDBC. Let's talk about he knows his sports casual ads. Okay? I can't hold on.
Then you said
finish. Oh, dog, let me finish. I'll let you get the floor next. He knows his sports, saying that he's going to knock Porter out. What I'm telling you, Dre, as I said before the fight, he ain't fucking knocking no Porter out. When the fight came, not only did he not knock Porter out, he had a tumultuous fight. So I was 100% correct. Now, everything you said during the fight, he dropped Porter, his body froze, whatever. Was Porter getting ready to get knocked out? Fuck no.
Can I ask you something? When Adrian Broner was losing that fight, he even knocked Porter down the same way.
Down.
He got him with uppercut.
It's knocking down, though. It's a very big difference from knocking down to knocking out.
Yeah.
Right, but you say that he didn't dominate Kell Brook. He didn't dominate Kell Brook early, but he dominated him late down the stretch.
Man, we're talking about the whole fight, man. You look at a whole fight, and it wasn't a dominant fight. Come on with this. Come on with this shit, man. Let's keep it a buck.
The second half of the fight was one-sided.
Was the first half one-sided, fam? Come on, stop this shit. He didn't dominate the fight. I don't want to hear about no second half and this, that, breaking down certain rounds. He did not dominate that fight, fam.
It was close early and wasn't competitive.
He did not dominate the fight. You telling me all of this shit. He didn't dominate the fight.
He dropped him twice and stopped him. That's
okay. He did not dominate that fight. I'm a Spence fan. You don't want to call it even. You don't want to call it straight down the line. That's fine. He didn't dominate that fucking fight, and he didn't dominate the fight in fucking Porter. But while you're sitting here trying to argue around, hold on, Dre. Hold on, because I want to let you get the concept of where this bullshit came from. While you're sitting here trying to argue rounds, this all came from Dead Game talking about if Spence dominates while going 4-belt undisputed, and he didn't. That ship's already sailed because there's 2 fights where he won belts that he did not dominate.
Yeah, but Kell Brook's not easy to dominate early like that. Even GGG couldn't dominate Kell Brook early on the fight. GGG had to take some punches too.
Good point, my brother. Whoa. That only validates what the fuck I'm saying. I knew Kell Brook wasn't easy to dominate. I knew Sean Porter wasn't easy to dominate. But these idiots, like He Knows His Sports, and other channels were saying that he would dominate. So what I'm saying is my assessment pre-fight was the fact of everything that you and Rockstar are saying, Drake.
Well, we have a fight with Kell Brook, who fought GGG and Earl, and Kell Brook and GGG, who fought Canelo. So that's a good way to kind of compare this fight. GGG, I mean, to me, GGG was getting some hands put on him before he got caught. You know, before Kell got caught. So I mean, that's a good litmus test to kind of compare the fight.
I don't want to switch the narrative. The subject, but I want to get to the Canelo fight.
Okay, hold on. No, not yet. I want to speak on. No, I don't even want to go to that. I want to stick on this. Hold on for a second, though, Gray. I'll let you say your piece on that, but I don't want to go back and forth on that Canelo. I want to speak about what he just said here with the comparisons of the fights, right? Errol Spence, Kell Brook, and then GGG Canelo. Let's talk about that, Dead Game, because the same GGG and Canelo situation, GGG destroyed Kell Brook. He destroyed him, and now you're talking about a Kell Brook that was not destroyed by Spence, that was already destroyed by GGG, got his orbital socket broke, had to drain down to fight Errol Spence, and Errol Spence did not destroy that guy. And you're comparing that to a tumultuous matchup with Canelo and GGG. That should tell you what will happen with Spence when he goes up to Canelo. That right there, your own freaking comparison should tell you this, dead game.
Well, I mean, he broke the other eye socket. I mean, he got both of his eye sockets broke, one by one guy and one by the other guy.
Right,
So,
of
yeah,
Brook,
I mean,
though, of Brook. So now you're talking about the guy who broke Brook's eye socket and had a tough fight with Canelo. You're not making sense, fam. You can't make sense of this.
It's arguable that GGG won the first fight. He definitely didn't win the second fight.
Which helps my point even more, dude, because he destroyed Brook. And Spence didn't destroy Brook that had already been destroyed.
He destroyed his eye the same way GGG
He didn't destroy him in the fight. Oh, you keep bouncing around shit. Like, you don't understand.
The second half he did. The second half he dominated.
I'm done with you. I'm done with you. The second half. Did GGG wait the second half to destroy him? Because he didn't make the fucking second half of the fight. Fuck out of here with that. He didn't even make the second half of the fight with GGG. And you're telling me about some second half of the fight with Spence. Come on with that, fam. Why do y'all try so hard to push these bullshit narratives? That's what fucking bewilders me. Why the fuck do y'all try so hard to push these bullshit narratives, fam?
What we're doing is trying to make a comparison. We're not trying to push a narrative. It's just a good comparison.
It's not a good comparison. It's not at all. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. He got destroyed in the first fight against GGG. Absolutely destroyed. So how is it a good comparison?
Well, if it's not a good comparison, it's the only comparison.
Yeah, well, it's the only comparison that only validates what I'm trying to tell you that you don't want to accept.
Both of y'all talking, but y'all making my point. My point was just like Kell Brook had some success with GGG. The same thing, Amir Khan. These smaller guys who are quicker, who can box. If they don't get knocked out, that, you know what I mean. If they can go the distance, they weren't.
This shit is so fun, man.
They weren't durable. Kell Brook proved not to be durable. He's been knocked out twice. Khan, we already knew he was glass chin. Like, we were waiting on that knockout, but he had success of leading up to the knockout. I'm just saying, in that type of world, it is a possibility where a smaller guy can come up in weight and give those guys problems. That's
okay.
It.
Now, Dre, you just mentioned something that they found success, right? What was the results in Khan and Brook? Even though they had some success, what was the result?
It was KO. I just said that. I said it was KO. But I said, look at the durability.
Right.
So you gonna question a chin?
No. I'm gonna say that you just helped my point. He won't fucking beat Canelo. He can have some success, but the results. Hold up. He won't have some success. He will have some success, but as you just pointed out, what the fuck was the result with the success that they had? Knockouts.
The same result as the success that Brook had with Earl.
No, look, first half of the fight, they got knocked out that game. Dude, you acting retarded right here. You talking about No. I'm not cutting you off that game. Let me talk. You're talking about success in the second half of the fight versus a comparison with guys that didn't make the second half of the fight.
No, I'm talking about success within the fight, brother.
Yeah, the second half of the fight. I don't care how you try to mix these words up.
The fight period.
The second half of the fight. The first 6 rounds of Canelo and Khan, stoppage. The first 6 rounds of GGG and Brook, stoppage. You're talking about after 6 rounds, success.
I say Earl can make it past 6 rounds because he has more durability and more skills than Khan or Kell Brook. Kell Brook had never been tested up to that GGG fight.
Hey, D, I'm gonna fall off.
I'm been tested at that weight, Dre.
D, I'm gonna fall off for 10 minutes, brother. I'll be right back.
Tested, period.
Okay, well,
I'll be right.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll be right back, D. I'll be right back.
Okay, when has Spence been tested, Dre?
I can send.
That's a
if
test.
if I
That's a
can
test.
inter-
Kell
if
Brook,
I
that's a
can
test.
interject,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead. Go ahead.
technically Kell Brook was tested against Carson Jones twice.
Right.
They
Right.
Yeah, but
Carson
rematch.
Jones. Exactly.
no,
Carson Jones.
that
Carson
just
Jones
shows you
is a
what level
heavily,
Hold on. Let him
heavily.
talk,
No, I'm
Dre.
not
Let
finished.
him talk,
I'm not
fam.
finished. I'm not finished. Hold on, man. Respect me, dog. Carson
Exactly.
Jones was a heavily ducked fighter back then, and Kell Brook took that fight so he can get the mandatory for the IBF. So do your history, man. Do your research. Because when you say Kell Brook's never been tested before, you dead ass wrong, man. Stop it.
and that you just proved my point because Carson Jones is a nobody. He was nobody when he fought Kell
Carson
Brook
Jones
twice.
is a C plus fighter.
He is
Hold
not
on. Hold
good.
on, Rapstar.
I
Let him
watched
go.
those fights. I watched both of those fights,
Carson
the
Jones
first one
was
and the
Carson
rematch.
Jones was
Hold on, guys.
Carson
Let one
Jones
at a time. Let him talk.
much
Hold
like
on, Angel. Let him talk, fam. Let him talk. Let him talk.
I was-
I don't want nobody to cut no one off. Let him talk. Go ahead. Dead game. Dre. Go ahead, Dre.
All I was saying, I said I watched both of those fights because I did a lot of research on Kell Brook back in the day, when he was leading up to the Errol Spence fight, just to get it refreshed, and it showed me that Kell Brook wasn't really tested. If he struggled with a bad fighter. I think he had a great game plan versus Sean Porter. And that's what he had a great game plan, a strategy. He tied up Porter a lot, didn't let Porter get off on the inside. That helped him win on points. He clearly beat Porter, and he did it by strategy.
Oh, Dre, let me ask you something about you talking about you keep making your point. If he fights Danny Garcia, and as the article says, the next fight is Canelo, does he win?
Oh no, okay. So that's the thing. I don't know if he wins. That's gonna tell me what type of fighter he is. Am I gonna be picking him to win? He's not gonna be the favorite to win. I can tell you that right now. He ain't gonna be betting on his favorite to win.
Dude, who would you bet on? Who would you put your money on? I like to bounce around this shit because
Okay.
I honestly think that you would not pick fucking Spence in that fight, fam.
No, okay. No, I wouldn't pick Spence in that fight.
Yeah, okay. That's my whole point. Cause you saying all of this crazy shit. You and Dead Game, and I know Dead Game. He just pushes certain narratives from certain channels. But y'all don't even think that he'll win the fight, fam. So that's why I don't understand why we
It's
going
not
back
that I
and
don't
forth
think
with
he
all
can
this
win the
bullshit.
fight, but I said he has a. I said it since I came in. I said he has a possibility. It is a possibility. I'm not gonna just shut the door and say, "Oh, there's no way Spence can win that fight."
He does. He does have a possibility, a 70-30 possibility, which is why it's 70-30, which means it's not a good possibility. It's a possibility, but not a good one. That's just the facts of it, man. I'm not going to say that. I'm not even going to count my dude Spence out. I see flaws in Canelo. Motherfucking Canelo fanboys think he's invincible. Just like these fucking Lomachenko fanboys thought that Lomachenko was invincible. Ain't no fucking fighter invincible. So I'm not just going to cut my guy Spence all the way out. I also always tell these motherfuckers with people talking about Terrence Crawford going to knock Spence out. Y'all motherfuckers are retarded too. Because I'm a rap star. This man fights fucking spars light heavyweights and heavyweights. Yeah, Crawford has shown some power one for. He's not hitting like no fucking light heavyweight and heavyweight. So all y'all motherfuckers talking about Crawford is gonna go in there and knock Spence out. Y'all retarded too. I break it down from every angle. So I'm not just sitting here saying that my guy has no fucking chance. Of course I give Spence a chance because there's flaws in Canelo. With what their game say, he got knee problems. But I give him minimal chance because Canelo's my guy too. I see Canelo as the better boxer. I see Canelo definitely as the better defensive boxer. Shouldn't be any argument with that. And Canelo's the bigger, stronger guy, pound for pound guy. So he has a chance, but a minimal chance. Let's keep it above. Let's just keep the shit above.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. I feel kind of like the same way. But the only thing is, I'm not shutting. That's the only thing. I just wouldn't go shut the door. So
I'm
favoring, if I tell somebody to bet on it, I'm favoring. You better bet on Canelo in that fight. You'd be stupid not to. But let me tell you something. If they give me good odds on Spence, I'm betting Spence.
Yeah, but that's betting, and with that, I put money on Lomachenko, even though I was comfortable with Teofimo. I put more money on Teofimo, but I put money on Lomachenko, right? So I get it on the betting aspect of it. But if we sit here and be honest, even that game with his 2 or 3 year scenario, next fight he ain't really comfortable with Spence winning. He might pick it because he don't want to go around his boys saying that he picked Canelo. So he might pick the fight, but he ain't gonna feel comfortable with that. If you keep it a buck, he ain't gonna feel comfortable with that shit.
D, you just read me like a book.
I mean, bro, it is what it is, bro. I'm not even trying to like call nobody out, but if you're around a bunch of people and you know you're comrades with them, then certain things you gotta go with the flow. I understand that. I get it. But deep down inside, motherfuckers know like, damn, this nigga in trouble right here. We know this. We know this. I'm just the one that's gonna say it. And if anybody say, "Oh, you know how many times I've been called a fake Spence fan because of the way I talk, because of shit just like this." Motherfuckers call me a fake Spence fan because of this type of talk. But it's just being real about this shit. Call me a fake Spence fan all you want. I'm just being real about this shit. I cannot give Spence a win. I cannot comfortably pick him. I would be picking Canelo all day long if he fought Canelo after Danny Garcia. And that's just being honest. That's putting boxing first. But when you fucking build these fucking narratives, when you're trying to flood the fucking casual minds with bullshit, and that's what these guys do because casual fans come to YouTube channels in the YTBC. They come to us to learn, to figure out what's going on in boxing. And then they land at fucking channels like BFTB and all of these bullshit fucking narratives. And this is the idea that they get about our sport of boxing. That's the type of shit I don't want happening, fam. So I do my part around the YTBC, whether it's on other panels, whether it's on this panel right here. I do my part to get the truth out and to debunk these stupid fucking narratives that casual fans come in here and grasp a hold of because they don't know any better. We're the guys talking about boxing. So they come in here to listen, to learn about boxing. Why are we going to flood their mind with bullshit narratives? I'm not doing that shit, and I'm not letting that shit ride. Whether I'm a fan of the fucking guy or not, I'm not letting those fucking narratives ride. Not over here or any other panel I go on. This is why BFTB, Fanon, and all of them don't want me on their panel. They don't want that opposition. At least I allow y'all to come up here and give the opposition. We don't have to agree with it. I'm going to slam the bullshit, but at least I give y'all the opportunity to come speak your voice. Go talk to your boy Fanon and BFTB and ask them if I can come get on their fucking panel. Go ask them. They won't even let me on their fucking panel because they fucking know better. They know better. I will trash all the bullshit they're saying. They won't come over here and debate me because they fucking know better. I've called them out on their channels. I've called them out on other LBBC channels. All of that. They won't come here and click this fucking link. At least you and Dre and P Boxing, at least y'all come over here and click the link. It's just boxing talk. What the fuck y'all scared of, Fanon? What you was scared I'm gonna expose you for all your fucking lies? What you scared of, BFTB? What you think I'm gonna body your ass like Punch Drunk did with your bullshit? That's what they're fucking scared of, fam. Because they're pushing bullshit narratives. And they know motherfuckers like me will eat that shit alive. That's why they don't want to click this link. That's why they don't have an open platform. They don't want a nigga like E. Jefferson coming on there because I will make them look fucking stupid in front of all of their goddamn subscribers. And that I guarantee you.
D, please, please don't use my name in vain.
Yeah.
Hey, so,
Yeah, that I can guarantee.
so another thing, like I came on, I just wanted to make sure that I was saying that that the fight was a possibility. I know Oscar De La Hoya, that motherfucking money hungry, and he is gonna look to make the biggest fights that makes the biggest money. Of course, if they would have it at AT&T Stadium, that would be big. Or if Spence was willing to go to Mexico, I think that'd be a big fight in Mexico City. Also, what I was gonna say about the possibility of the matchup, it's a win-win in Spence's on Spence's behalf. He don't lose belts. He don't lose anything.
Ray, let me ask you this. Do you think that Spence versus Canelo, I need you to be honest with this, fam. Do you think that Spence versus Canelo would have made more money than Wilder versus Joshua?
Nah, they heavyweights. They them though.
The answer's no. Let's make it easy. The answer's no.
Before Tyson Fury.
Yes, before Tyson Fury, when the 120 was being offered, do you think Spence versus Canelo would have made more money than Joshua versus Fury? It's an easy yes or no question, fam.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
See, this is
Look,
this is shit.
He said he wasn't
hold on, that game. I don't need help. I'm just getting ready to speak my mind here. This is called Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. So I'm gonna speak my mind on this. This is the type of shit that just throws me, bro. Because I know that Dre, I know you know boxing, fam. We done talked plenty of times. I know you know boxing very well enough. Here's the scenario. We're talking about fucking the heavyweight division. We're talking about 4-belt undisputed. And we're talking about America versus the UK. And you sit here and tell me you don't know. You fucking know that fight would not make anywhere close to the money of a fucking Wilder and Joshua. It's not even easy. It's nothing we even need to think about, fam. It wouldn't be fucking close. This is America. Hold on. This is America versus UK, the most popular division for all the fucking marbles. And we're talking about a Spence versus a fucking it would not be fucking close. It's not even nothing we have to contemplate. Like Rapstar said, it's not even a fucking discussion. But you sit up here and say, you don't know. And Dre and that gang get ready to back you up. He said he don't know. Both of y'all motherfuckers know it wouldn't be fucking close. Especially with the way a lot of these motherfuckers loved Wilder before he lost to Fury. It wouldn't have been fucking close, fam.
So you think the casual American fan is going to be tuning in for that fight?
What fight? Joshua Fury?
Joshua Fury.
Man, everybody and their fucking grandma would have tuned in for that fight. Man.
Even the Arabs are interested in that fight. The Arabs are interested in all them fights.
Y'all fucking amazing right now. You ain't that day right now, Dre.
Man, the casual American fan, I can go to anybody if I go to work right now. I can go anybody at work right now and ask them, hey, you know AJ or you know Tyson Fury? They almost don't know them, man. They don't even know they exist.
Hey, let me do something right quick, guys. This is about the chat. Oh, Hefe, listen, man. Listen. I'm gonna tell you this shit one time, and I'm gonna tell you this shit one time only, right? Because you know clearly, Hefe, I do not give a fuck about anything. I don't give a fuck about what you and the whole MXBC thinks about D-Dep. But I'm gonna tell you this shit one fucking time only. Okay, I know what y'all do. Y'all go around disrupting people's chats, disrupting people's lives. This is the last fucking time I'm gonna warn you, El Jefe, and I will block you from this channel permanently. Okay? You already know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, I've given you more chances. Hold on, whoever that is. I've given you more chances, El Jefe, than any fucking body in this community. And everybody knows. You come up here and disrupt my live all the time, I let you right back on. You come in here, you're trying to disrupt the chat. I know what the MXBC does. It ain't gonna fucking work here. The only thing you're gonna do, El Jefe, is get your dumb ass banned from here forever. Okay? So just stop. And I don't even have to tell you what to stop. Just stop it. Last warning, El Jefe. Get as mad as you fucking want. That's the last fucking warning. Do it again, and you know what the fuck you're doing. You do it again, and I'm blocking your ass forever. Last one.
Yo, we don't want to waste energy with children. We don't want to waste energy with children.
Yeah, I'm not playing that shit, and he already knows it. So I'm gonna block his fucking stupid ass for doing dumb shit. You already come up here every day on the panel and do your dumb shit. I'll laugh it off and I'll let you get away with it. Go disrupt somebody else's fucking life. Okay? Do that. Do that where you can have success. Because y'all motherfuckers ain't never had success here with that, and you're never going to. So stop the dumb shit, El Jefe. Okay? Stop the dumb shit. Enough said. Last time. Today or any other day, you're going to find your ass blocked. And I don't care if Samuel comes to your fucking back. I don't care if Boxing Master comes to your back. At the end of the day, this is my fucking channel. And I will block your dumb ass for your dumb shit. So stop it. Now go air this. Hold on. Go air this on your MXBC channel. Go air what the fuck I just said right here. Go air it. All right, go ahead, man.
Look, I'm new to this YouTube, man. I'm not gonna waste my energy in platforms which don't make sense anymore. I'm done with that shit.
Right, bro. Right. We're gonna have discussions here, but man, I got a question.
So I want to ask you a question, D, before I go. So how come as Canelo, yeah, you got to look at Canelo's side of the thing. Who can Canelo face next for big money? Tell me that.
Bro, I'm like at my wit's end. I'm getting ready to do a live on him probably tomorrow, maybe even later today. Because I'm at my wit's end with this Canelo. I'm getting ready to flame him too. Like, ain't nobody excluded, bro. Canelo's one of my top guys, and so is Spence. I'm getting ready to get in his ass too with all of this fucking fuckery with lawsuits and Yildirim. Bro, I don't even fucking know. But I will say this, Rapstar. One of these other guys that are the big fights, they have to step up too. People got to understand, it's not like he didn't offer BJS. It's not like he didn't send Caleb Plant. It's not like he hasn't sent these guys the offer. DGG want to step down and have a fucking tune-up fight and all of this dumb shit. So it's not like he's not trying. These guys either want to overprice themselves and try to milk the fucking cow or cry about 75 days is not enough when you got Navarrete out here fighting 5 times a year, right? So it's not like Canelo's not trying, and I understand the things behind him, but the same heat, I keep it consistent. The same heat that I give Crawford, the same heat that I give Devin Haney, the same heat that I give Demetrius Andre, I'm not going to keep crying, listening to you cry, nobody want to fight me. You got to make something happen. So you, Oscar, and DAZN, get it the fuck together and make something happen. Because what I'm not going to do is keep, nobody want to fight me, nobody want to fight me. And I said the same shit about Crawford. I've said it about Devin Haney, and I've said it about Andre. And I'm this close to saying it about Cinnamon.
You got to do something, baby.
Let me say something right quick, D.
He got to. You're right, and he got to do something. Fuck all of this goddamn Yildirim and all of this bullshit. He got to do something.
Let me say something right quick on the numbers and the viewership. Okay. Wilder and Fury did about 800,000 views. AJ and Ruiz did about 1.6 million views. Errol and Mikey did around 400,000 pay-per-views. So right there, that's letting us know the heavyweight division is the division, and it's always been a division. So to try and compare those numbers, when you threw that at me, that was unfair. You know what I'm saying? But let's go with anybody other than the heavyweight. I think that the Canelo Earl would do great numbers. The fans I think would get their money's worth. So we got to keep it all in perspective. So we can't really compare those heavyweights to anybody else.
No, we can't. But when I ask y'all questions, like which would do more, Joshua and Wilder, then it shouldn't be no fucking thought. If you can come back and come back around and rationalize it like that, you know fucking well it won't no fucking question. It shouldn't be no thought. It shouldn't be I don't know. Y'all know fucking well that Wilder versus Joshua would have fucking been way more, fam. Y'all know this.
Why you put that out there though, D?
But I was going on what their game said.
This is their game.
I mean, Dre, I was asking Dre a question, and he said, I don't know. You was about to back him up. You jumped in there and tried to back him up.
No, my question is, are you asking, you said who would make the most money versus who would make the most views. And I told you why I think it's different. I think that they could possibly make more money because of a U.S. fan and viewership. And that then goes around the world. That'll be world viewership versus what they charge in the UK per fight. I mean, per the fight is like $25 for a pay-per-view. Over here, we're charging $100 for a pay-per-view.
Right.
So it's like a 4-to-1.
Right. Okay. Now, Dre, I want you to listen real close here. Okay. I need you to listen really close here, so that we don't have to go around this fucking circle. Even at $100, what you're basically comparing is the American market based on the world market. Because America, yes, it's a big market here, but the world is going to want to see these two heavyweight fights. So even at $25, you probably will have 4 times the fucking pay-per-views on the worldwide level. And then when you talk about the other avenues of venue, it's going to crush it, fam. Regardless of your scenario about $100 and this, that, and the third. And with this pandemic and everything, I think $80 is max. They wouldn't even go to a fucking $100, especially for that fight. $80 is max. When the last time we seen a fucking $100 fight? Maypac, nigga. That shit ain't big as Maypac, so stop that shit.
But they already
it still ain't gonna be. It still's not gonna sell more. Look, it won't do more views and it won't do more revenue. Period. It won't do more views or revenue.
Okay, but you saying that from a world view? I mean, from a world, every world market don't charge pay-per-view. US, UK, it's not a lot of markets that charge pay-per-view. After that, TV, different countries pick it up and they buy the fight, and then it's free TV in their countries.
Man, y'all, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna applaud you and Big Game. I'm gonna applaud you guys. I'm gonna give you guys big ups, big respect for doing the best y'all can to support these bullshit narratives. Because the shit that y'all saying right now only supports these bullshit narratives. But it's simply not true. It will not do more revenue. I don't care how you slice it up. Try to mix the pay-per-views, this, that, and the third, the regular TV views. Because even regular TV views, guess what? Networks pay money. Okay? Even if it's free, networks pay money. So let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you right now. Not revenue, nor viewership, period. Will any fucking Spence and Canelo fight do more than a 4-belt undisputed heavyweight fight? I don't give a fuck if it's Fury and Joshua or Wilder and Joshua. And if y'all can't get that and just easily say, yeah, nah, you're right. That's the problem. Y'all are only fighting, and this fight only supports the bullshit narrative that I'm 100% sure are going to come out. That's all it does. If we accept this shit that y'all saying here, and they start coming out with their narratives, the first thing you can do is run back and say, well, D, remember when I was on your panel, you agreed to. No, I ain't fucking agreeing to it. Because I'm going to smash their fucking narratives when it comes out. And if they try to come with this bullshit that y'all laying down now, yeah, I've already smashed it. Just that simple, fam. Y'all got to stop that shit. That shit ain't flying over here. But it ain't no fucking way you're going to tell me that a 4-belt undisputed fight at the heavyweight division will undersell a fucking Canelo versus Spence. It's sick. It's silly, fam. It's silly.
But what you're doing is you bring it in the heavyweights. Let's talk about at 160 or anything other than heavyweight.
No, because that's not an argument that I'm willing to make, fam. Well, that's not an argument I'm willing to make. You want me to debate an argument of something that I agree with. Your initial statement, that game. Well, what fight sell? You want me to rewind it? What fight out there will sell more? And I threw you a fight.
I got you.
That's how it went down. I threw you a fight. And then Dre act like he don't know that Wilder versus. You fucking think that they're gonna offer Errol Spence $120 or $100 million? Now, you gotta think about this one. Do you think the zone is gonna offer Spence $100 million? Tell the truth. It should be an easy question to answer.
Max. 15,
no, let that game answer this. That can't answer this because this is his scenarios and his defense of these narratives. Do you think that game that they will offer Spence $100 million?
No.
Okay, that should tell you everything right there. They were willing to offer Wilder that money because they knew for sure they'd get it back. They wouldn't even fucking offer Spence that kind of money, dude. Come on now. Anthony Joshua just made $80 fucking million to fight fucking Ruiz. Y'all motherfuckers are crazy right now. The dude made $80 million to fight fucking Andy Ruiz. What do you think a 4-belt undisputed versus versus Fury or Wilder is gonna do? Y'all gotta be out of y'all mind with this shit, man. But again, those type of things only support the future narrative that they're gonna push, fam. And I think you know that too, nigga.
D, I heard he only made 50 million max.
It's just crazy, fam. This shit is just crazy. Like, we shouldn't even have to have these discussions. But again, that's why I applauded them. I applauded them, and I'm not even being facetious or sarcastic because y'all doing a really good job, and y'all got way more balls than Blue Blood and Fanon and BFTB in them. Because at least y'all come over here and try. They put out the narratives, but they don't even want to try. They don't even want to try with me on their panel or with them on this panel. They're not even willing to try. And so my admiration was sincere. I give y'all big ups for that. You can always try. Anybody can try. That's why I always drop the link in the chat. You can try, but that shit ain't gonna succeed. Not here, it ain't. Not here. That's a fact.
You know, what we're not recognizing, yeah, is that behind the scenes, the only fights what's going to happen with Canelo is what Canelo wants. Y'all got to recognize that, yeah? He will only fight the fights now what he wants. He's like the franchise champion now. He picks and chooses who he's going to fight. So the only way Errol's going to get that fight is if Canelo wants him to fight him. Do you see what I'm saying? And another thing you got to recognize. You got to recognize this as well. Behind the scenes, Canelo might not be getting big money for any other fights. And if Errol is the guy who steps up and the numbers are there, then Canelo will give him an opportunity for the money to say, all right, I got more money this way. That's the only way he'll get that fight.
Champ, that website's nice, fam. I was just looking at it last night. I see you, D's Black and Mild. I see you, fam. I remember I told you yesterday. Hold on, guys. Let me do this right quick. I told him yesterday to come in here. But champ, I was on with El Jefe crazy ass last night, looking at that fight. I mean, looking at that website, and it's really nice, dog. You need to go check it out, no doubt. That's a nice website. I'll give you that. I mean, I'll give him that. But yeah, man. Yeah, that game. I ain't no love lost, dog. I want you to know that. But we're gonna get into these heated debates. That's what I do. I love it. That's why I stopped in the middle of it and I was like, yeah, this is fun. This is fun. Because as much as you and Dre try, bro, that shit ain't going down, son.
But we also have to realize that that statement that Earl put out, that was clout chasing. We can all pretty much say that fight is not coming after the Danny Garcia. I don't care if he knocked Danny Garcia out in the first round. That fight is not going to happen next after that fight. So that is just to get us talking. And do I think that fight will happen now? I really do think that fight is going to happen in the future. I really do. But for now, no, that fight is not going to happen. It's just to get us talking about it. And in the future, it's just promoting the fight early, basically.
So who should Canelo fight next?
Jamal Charlo.
No, I don't agree with that. I think Canelo should fight one of these. I know why he's fighting Eurodrum, to snatch that belt up. I don't want to see it. He beats the shit out of Eurodrum, but I would like to see him fight Plant. I would say Benavidez, but he just lost his fucking belt. So I would like to see him fight Plant or Callum Smith next. I would like to see that more because,
Yildirim will put him back a step. Yildirim got knocked out by Chris Eubank Jr. from our town. He got knocked out in a few rounds. That would do nothing for Canelo. People won't even be interested in Yildirim.
Right. I would like to see Canelo fight Callum Smith or Caleb Plant next. That's what I would like to see because he went up to 170. Let's be honest about it. This is how I see it. Because I'm a Jermell Charlo fan, not a Jamal Charlo fan, but I am a fan of Jermell's, right? Jamal, Demetrius Andre, and GGG. One of those three need to get together and fight each other, right? I don't care which one of the three. They need to get together and fight each other. And I actually think that Jamal Charlo beats the both of them. I think Jamal Charlo beats GGG, and I think he beats Andre, which is ticking me off because I'm like, why won't you just go beat them up? Right? If he beats them up, then I would like to see Canelo next because it makes sense. It makes more sense. But outside of that, I don't want to see Canelo fight Jamal next because that's a disadvantage to Canelo. He came from 175, so he needs to take this fight at 168 and then move back down. I don't want to see him going into no fight with Jamal at a disadvantage. Hopping from 175 right back down to 160 is a disadvantage. Now, if Jamal Charlo came up to 168 to fight Canelo, fine. I'm with that. And I would want to see that fight because we would not have to hear Jamal Charlo's mouth anymore because he ain't going to beat Canelo at 168. So I would like to see that fight. But he ain't going to do it at 168. He wants Canelo to come down to 160 and fight him there. Therefore, I would rather see him fight Caleb Plant or Callum Smith.
And I disagree.
Yeah, but who does he
I
have?
disagree because Canelo Alvarez is the franchise champion, and the reason for the franchise is to move up and down. So if he felt he couldn't move up and down, he shouldn't have took franchise.
Yeah, well, fuck all that, bro. That might be true, Dre, but it's still, you didn't address the fact that it puts him at a, and you didn't address the fact that it puts him at a disadvantage. And anything, Charlo fans would love to see Canelo finally come into a fight at the disadvantage. Because I'm not going to sit here and act fucking holier than thou and act like Canelo don't use his A-side status to put other fighters at a disadvantage. But that would put him at a disadvantage. And y'all would love nothing more than him to get in the ring with Charlo at a disadvantage. He needs to ease back down, not jump back down to Charlo just because the franchise belt allows him to do that. That's not gonna change my mind. You might be correct in what you say. I'm not gonna argue that. But it still puts Canelo at a disadvantage.
I mean, if Canelo's willing to go to 160 to fight Errol Spence, I think he does just as much if he's going to go 160 to fight Jamal Charlo. But at the end of the day, you're right in what you're saying. He should be, if Jamal wants to be great, he needs to move to where Canelo is there.
Or unify with one of the other champions. And here's the difference that I think with the Spence versus Jamal thing, rap style. It's a huge difference there. Coming down to fight Spence is coming down to fight a guy jumping up from 147. He's not at a disadvantage. He's at a disadvantage with Jamal. Fuck that, bro. Jamal's big, he's fucking strong, and the dude can fight. And I think he proved that to every fucking body the way he dismantled the Reverend Chinko. So he ain't no fucking scrub at 160. And he's been living at 160. Spence ain't touched, tasted, or thrown a fucking punch at 160. So Canelo wouldn't be at no disadvantage coming down to 160 to fight Spence. He would be at a disadvantage jumping right down to 160 to fight fucking Jamal Charlo. That's the difference there.
Well, if they want to make a point, they got GGG standing there. And GGG, if you make a statement on GGG, then you definitely deserve the Canelo fight.
Agreed. That's what I said. If he unifies with GGG or Andre, I'm with it. Or if he jumps to 168 and not put Canelo at a disadvantage, I'm with that fight next. But just for Canelo, Jamal's not worth it. He ain't fucking worth it. The motherfucker turned down $10 million to fight fucking Andre. Why the fuck should Canelo come down at a disadvantage and fight Jamal? That's only what PBC lovers and Blue Blood and them are pushing. And I've heard them say it. Like, I don't tell lies on no one. That's all that shit is about. They would love nothing more than to see Canelo in a fight with Jamal Charlo. More or less, not even at a disadvantage if the odds were stacked evenly. Because we know Canelo's going to throw some kind of clause in there or do something. I'm not going to avoid that, bro. That's what Canelo does. But when you earn your way up to being the best, that's what Floyd did. That's what he does. But they would love nothing more than to see Canelo at a disadvantage.
No, I get you, but I still believe Canelo beats Jamal Charlo at 160. I still believe Canelo beats him at 160.
I do too. But why go in there with a disadvantage? I mean, even jumping right back down to 160, I'm still picking Canelo, right? I'm gonna keep it a buck. But why go through that? Why go through that? Because it's not Canelo that needs Charlo. It's only Charlo fans that believe that dumb shit. Charlo needs Canelo or need to do something with him fucking self. Canelo don't need no fucking Charlo. He's a walking Hall of Famer. He's sunk in. He's locked in. Jamal ain't getting no fucking Hall of Fame with these bullshit title defenses. What, he gonna get a Hall of Fame with a belt that was given to him and only defending versus DGD? That motherfucker ain't Hall of Fame material. Canelo don't need no motherfucking Charlo. Charlo needs to fight. So it's Charlo that needs to step up and do something to earn that fucking fight. Because he ain't earned no fucking Canelo fight yet. The motherfucker just defended well. This just now he defended well. What, you gonna tell me that fucking Korobov or Brandon Adams or Dennis Hogan was good title defenses? Get the fuck on with that shit. That
So who should
motherfucker
be in
just
line?
defended well.
Who should be in line for the Canelo fight? Who deserves the Canelo fight next?
I just gave you my two names, Caleb Plant and Callum Smith.
Okay, so you're sticking with those, and that's a good choice because he gains something from both of them. He gains titles from both of them as well.
Exactly.
And those guys have been in line for Jamal Charlo. I mean, I think Caleb Smith has been in line for a while now.
Yeah, Callum Smith has, and Caleb Plant turned in fucking 75 days, and I'm tired of this pussy shit in boxing, man. Yeah, how many times? Tevin Farmer fought 5 times a year. Monster Nui 3 times a year. Navarrete 5 times a year. What's with all of this pussy shit? 75 days not enough. You gonna tell Sugar Ray and Leonard and Duran and all of those guys 75 days wasn't enough. But these LDBC lovers and PBC lovers want to accept that bullshit. Well, you gotta give them credit, 75. I'm not giving them shit. You're a champion. Make the goddamn fight. It's the biggest fight in your fucking life versus a Canelo. That was a bullshit excuse. That's what that was.
I mean, if you win the tournament, the winner of the tournament to fight Canelo, I thought the winner of the tournament was going in that direction before.
I don't know, man. Like I said, Rapstar, a lot of these guys either want too much money, they look at Canelo as the fucking lottery, right? Even though they didn't earn. Why don't you do, let me tell you something. What did Jamel Charlo just do? Let's look at the fucking two Charlos, right? Jamel Charlo, which is why I'm a fan of his, he deserves anything he goes after right now. Motherfucker earned 3 belts. Jamal Charlo turned down the second belt for $10 million. He turned down just his second belt. He could have been unified champion. And it ticked me off because I think he beats Dudu Andre. Andre is the weakest link at 160. This dude is worthless as a penny with a hole in it. And I do believe that Jamal Charlo beats him like he stole something. And which is what ticked me off even more. Because if you would have went and fought Demetrius Andre, taking that belt that he's sitting there fucking holding hostage, if you would have went in there and fought him, taking the 10 million and fought him, you would have 2 belts right now. And I would have nothing to say about Canelo. You need to go fight Charlo. As a matter of fact, I would probably be putting up a lie and say, Canelo, what the fuck are you doing fighting Yildirim when you need to go fight Charlo? But you know why I don't have to say that right now? Because Charlo ain't doing a motherfucking thing.
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
Hey, the whole Canelo Errol Spence situation, I think it's a fight that needs to happen. It's two, you know what I'm saying, 2 A sides, 2 money man, bro. You know what I'm saying? The face of 147 versus the face of 160. We can make that fight happen. Hold on, bro. I'm speaking. Hold on, bro.
Hold on. I'll have faith. I will gain control on my fucking panel. Say the channel. I'm not gonna let nobody cut you off, but I'll do it. Chill out. Go ahead, I'll have faith. I ain't gonna let nobody cut you off. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying, bro? But let me say this real quick. You remember when Manny Pacquiao moved up 2-weight divisions to fight Oscar De La Hoya, bro? That's very similar to this. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is willing to move up 2-weight divisions, and he got the size, the reach. He's taller than Canelo. He got longer arms than Canelo, bro. So it's not a fight that people make it seem like it's going to be a disadvantage for Spence. You know what I'm saying? Because Spence is going to be bigger. He won't have to cut weight. You know what I'm saying? He could add muscle into his body, bro. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a fucking skeleton when he's cutting to 147. So when he moves up, bro, he's going to be much stronger, sturdier. He's going to be able to have more stamina, more power, bro. So it's a 60-40 type of fight. I would favor Canelo just based off experience and size, but it's a fight I would love to see, and I'm willing to pay pay-per-view to see this fight.
All right, well, that's not too bad, LFA. I was getting ready to chop you up and shit, but no, that's not too bad. And I can see why you would be interested. I see the hype that can be built in this fight, right? And at least you did admit that you would after edge Canelo 60-40. So I don't really have a problem with that, fam. I still say the fight ain't gonna happen. It ain't because
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. But if Spence, because Spence has been mentioning Canelo for over a year and a half, I would say. So it's a fight Spence really wants. So Spence could get the fight because I'm sure Canelo would love to fight Spence. You know what I'm saying? That's a style. You know what I'm saying? Canelo loves a come forward style. You know what I'm saying? A dude that's gonna fight you, and Spence will come to fight you. So I think if Spence really wants it, he could get paid like 20, 30 million, and they can make that fight happen in the zone.
Right.
I mean, LFA made LFA made a good point there that with Canelo, Canelo is right about one thing, that they're bigger numbers with Spence. As a businessman, I think he gets a lot more money out of Spence's fight than Jamal Charlo. Because regardless whether we like it or not, Spence is a bigger fighter than Jamal Charlo. And his numbers are bigger than Jamal Charlo.
Yeah. No, he made some good points there. Like again, that's why I didn't top El Jefe down that time. Like touche, El Jefe. Good points.
You never chopped me up, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, please. I done bodied you like a mortician, nigga.
No, but let me say this real quick. Canelo, bro, like Canelo, people are talking about, oh, Canelo star, you know what I'm saying? He's a dwindling star, you know what I'm saying? He's not shining as he should be shining, but he got a lot of money to be made in Texas, bro. These 3 opponents, he got Jermell, Jamal, fucking Spence. You know what I'm saying? He can make over $100 million just fighting those 3 dudes. So all this Canelo, you know what I'm saying?
Your Cowboy Stadium. How many people does your Cowboy Stadium keep?
100,000, bro. 100,000.
Yeah, that's
Spence
that's
Canelo,
one of the biggest venues in the world.
Yo,
well, that's the biggest venue.
El Jefe will be there in the floor, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ringside, bro. I will be there in that fight.
Yeah, Rapstar, Derrick Jones spent a lot of fucking money on that stadium. And until I think somebody just alerted me to it, the Rams just put a screen in their stadium that topped that Cowboy Stadium screen. But until the Rams just built this stadium, that was the biggest screen in the world as well, too. That stadium fucking nice as shit, bro. That stadium's beautiful. But
it don't have the history of the Cowboys.
Yeah, hold on, guys. Let Boom get in here. Boom. I'll let y'all go. DT3, what's up with you, fam?
What's going on with the panel? What's going on with D Jeff? What's popping with you? I just wanted to cook on what you were speaking on about Errol and Canelo. I didn't know that was a big thing going on right now. I kind of think that Errol shouldn't even be thinking about Canelo right now. That should be the first thing from his mind. I think he should really focus on clearing the division at 47 and then focus on a fight like a Canelo fight or a top caliber fight, because it's obvious he's not going to go up to 54 for either of the Charlo brothers, because we all know that he's friends with the Charlo brothers. He's cool with them. So he's not in any shape, form, or fashion thinking about fighting them. And it's funny how people will make the argument that Errol Spence shouldn't fight the Charlos, but they want him to fight Canelo. But at the same time, they don't have that same energy with Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter. But that's a story for another day. But I don't think that Errol Spence right now should be focused on Canelo or a Canelo fight. I think he should really just focus on clearing the division. He cleared the division.
It's not Errol Spence's choice. It's Canelo's
that's
choice.
a lie. That's a lie. Because Errol Spence is not the Terrence Crawford. We should stop that lie, bro.
Hey. Both of y'all just cut off Boom, man. Let Boom talk. Let him rock. Go ahead, Boom.
So I think that Errol needs to clear the division. He needs to beat everybody in that division, win all the belts, become undisputed at 47, and then move up and fight a Canelo, because he's not going to fight Jermell or Jamal Charlo. We know that. He's not going to do that. But I don't see Errol really doing nothing with Canelo, to be real with you, really at all. Him having a longer reach, that really won't make too much of a difference. Canelo head movement is too nice and too impeccable to be caught with some of the punches that Errol will throw. I don't think he has the timing and the accuracy or even the patience to deal with Canelo. I think he got patience to deal with like a Danny Garcia, even Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman, fighters of those caliber. I just don't see him having the stamina to deal with Canelo and hitting and missing. I just don't see Errol really having much for Canelo. I think Errol should just clear the division and then see what's out there once he clears the division at 47. Now, mind you, I don't think he's gonna beat Bud Crawford, but I'm just saying, as in the sense of in the best interest of Errol Spence, Errol should clear the division, win all the belts, become undisputed, and then see what the status is in boxing at that particular time and go from there. Right now, that's a no.
I
Yeah.
disagree with everything you
Yo,
said, bro. Because Canelo, hold
no,
on,
not only
bro.
that.
Hold on, bro. Let me just say this real quick. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on mute. A lot of people are disagreeing with me on the Manny Pacquiao and De La Hoya comparison. Well, I'm gonna make a better comparison. Mostly Oscar De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? Mostly moved up two weight divisions to fight Oscar. So, and people saying that, oh, Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying? He should unify 147. He does not need Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is a nobody. Terrence Crawford should worry about Virgil Ortiz. He should worry about Jerron Boots Ennis, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what he should worry about. Errol Spence is all about this money. Errol Spence is looking for the big fights. Errol Spence is looking to make history, bro. And the best way to make history, bro, is to challenge yourself, move up two weight divisions, and face Canelo Alvarez, the face of boxing. Even if he loses to Canelo Alvarez, but gives him a tough fight, he will be number 2 pound for pound, bro. So all
Can I
these Errol Spence haters, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's just hate. That's what I know. It's just hate. You know
Can
what
I
I'm
cook?
saying, bro? But
Hold on,
hold on,
bro.
bro. Hold on, bro. Errol Spence, Canelo is a fight everybody wants to see.
All right, now I have faith. You automatically incorrect because none of us agree with you. So, but go ahead. Real quick, boom. Rap Star was getting ready to say something because I
Yeah,
may
go ahead,
get ready.
man.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Rap Star.
I'm gonna say something, and then I got to go for my money. I got to go into a few things. So listen to this one. The way I could behind the scenes, we all know boxing's a business. What don't we get about this? Boxing's a business, and if behind the scenes they offer Canelo a lot of money to fight Errol Spence, I can see that fight getting made. Only because of one reason. If the numbers make sense, then boxing makes sense. And Hefe did say one thing. A couple of people have won in the past and moved up two weights to make history. Do we see that in Errol Spence Jr.? I just don't see that in Errol Spence right now immediately, though. That's one thing I'm thinking. I can't see him immediately moving up two weight classes. But boxing's a business and money talks. And if they can make that happen, I think Errol Spence brings a lot to the table for the numbers, popularity. Dallas, Texas is behind him. The Cowboys are behind him. You know, the stadium's there. So maybe numbers, we can push for that fight. But I don't see it happening immediately. Y'all in the handle keep cooking, yeah? And respect for you, D. You handle people like a man. I'll be back soon, yeah?
Peace out, brother.
Appreciate you, Rap Star. Look, let me ask you two something. All right, no doubt. Let me ask you, and I guess Boom gonna come back. I want to ask you two guys something because this is something that Warp Speed said. I actually thought Texas fans would support that Charlo doubleheader, but apparently they didn't. Charlo in California, Vegas, it blows up. Yeah, I didn't even know what the numbers was. But let me ask that game. Let me ask y'all two something because even Rapstar just said something about it. Right? Here's a very, very serious element. And what's up, Coco Tyler, CEO of the motherfucking MXBC in the building? What's good with you? So look, here's a scenario that I'm not hearing anybody talk about. Okay, they're saying if it's enough money, this, that, and the third, the fight will happen, right? Well, in that situation, who the fuck folds? Does Fox fold on their pay-per-view model, or does the Zone fold on their subscription model? Because y'all keep saying if it's enough money thrown in the plate, it'll happen regardless. But I think both of those guys are dead set on their model. Pay-per-view versus subscription model. So who gets it? Who gets it?
Whoever puts more money in the table, bro. You know what I'm saying? So first we got to figure out what's gonna happen with this Canelo situation with the Zone, because he might end up leaving the Zone for all we know. You know what I'm saying? Al Heyman might be in the back. You know what I'm saying? Pulling some moves, bro, to get Canelo in that PBC. You know what I'm saying? Stable. Once that shit happens, bro, it's game over. PBC is gonna run the game, especially having Canelo, Spence, the Charlos, Hurd, J Rock, all these dudes in a similar weight class, you know what I'm saying, where they could all fight each other. And Canelo's gonna have, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's gonna be the face of PBC, but he's gonna be one of the strong names in the PBC roster, bro, where he's gonna get to choose and pick the fighters he wants to. You know what I'm saying? And that's where Spence comes in. You know what I'm saying? Spence, Canelo are two A sides. You know what I'm saying? It's the biggest fight in boxing right now. That can happen, bro. Fuck all that AJ Fury. Nobody wants to see that bullshit. That's a British title fight type of fight. We want to see Canelo, Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? For pay-per-view, for pound supremacy, bro.
Facts.
You speaking
Okay.
from a
Hold on. Real quick. I have faith. I don't know. Maybe you're letting H Money lead you down the path, but I don't know if you've been reading or keeping up with this Canelo situation. But if and when Canelo leaves Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo's starting his own thing. He ain't going to sign under no fucking PBC. Y'all motherfuckers would like nothing more than that. He might sign on to them for a fight, but he's going to do his own thing. And you need to understand that. So all of y'all dreamed about Canelo coming and signing under that fucking Floyd and Heyman bullshit. He just got from under Oscar De La Hoya and all his bullshit. You think he's gonna go over there and sign a deal with that PBC foolery? The dude has already talked about starting his own thing. And guess who would be the catalyst to crank off his own thing? Canelo. So we ain't fucking signing for no fucking PBC foolishness to let Al Heyman and Floyd fuck his career like they done fucked a lot of those other guys' career. Get that shit out your mind and go tell H Money I said it. Now go ahead, boy.
And what I was going to touch on was the Jerron Boots Enos and the Virgil Ortiz comments, along with a few other comments. You was on point with some stuff you were saying, though, Hefe. I agree with some stuff you were saying. But when you were the Jerron Boots Enos, Terrence Crawford is a former unified, former undisputed, and lineal champion. Jerron Boots Enos has not yet won a world title. Virgil Ortiz has not won a world title. So for you to call somebody who has done that in the sport of boxing, I get it. You the money man. You about the money. You on that PBC shit. You with that money shit. I get it. But here we about boxing. And in boxing, if you want to get sense of accolades, it's not about just putting asses in seats and how much is on, how many dollar signs, how many numbers is on that check you get. It's about those belts. So the person that has won the most belts, in a sense, between Jerron Boots Enos, Virgil Ortiz, and Terrence Crawford, I think it's Terrence Crawford. So why would Terrence Crawford need people that have not accomplished anything more than they need him?
I'm gonna do something real odd here. I'm gonna defend Al Jefe here for a second. Hold on, Al Jefe. I'll let you go. I'm gonna do something odd, which is what people don't usually see me do, boo. But I'm gonna actually defend Al Jefe here. Okay. And I would be right there on Al Jefe's side, and the MXBC or whoever the fuck, and say, fucking right, Terrence Crawford, you motherfucker, fight Jerron in his booth or Virgil Ortiz or any one of them, because you ain't fucking doing shit. I would much rather at this point, and I'm being 100% honest, I would much rather at this point see Terrence Crawford fight a Jerron in his booth or Virgil Ortiz than to fuck around with a Kell Brook. I would much rather say
that now, though. But y'all saying that now, though. Y'all saying because
this is what matters right now, bro.
I remember. I have a very good memory with this shit. I remember when I said that, you can check my channel. I said that Bud should fight Jerron Boots Enos, and I've heard on multiple times that people at that time said Jerron Enos is too green for Bud. Jerron Enos is not accomplished enough for Bud. This was about maybe 2 or 3 months ago. This was being stated.
So that's what they said about Tio. That's what they said about Tio. And look,
go ahead, Bo.
I'm not really hearing. I understand that. I received that. I understand that because I said it. But at this point, why is everybody singing a different tune now? Because Jerron got his, how he performed in his last fight. And I've been saying Jerron should fight Bud, but people were saying Jerron is too green for Bud. Then I was like, okay, well, he need to fight Danny Garcia. Let him exercise his right as the #1 contender in the WBO. He did not exercise his right. Danny Garcia is the same person who was at 140 with Bud and moved up to 47 when he could have had an opportunity to fight Bud, but he said he couldn't make 140, so he moved up to 47. And in the same instance, at 47, when everybody was saying that Bud need to fight champions, and then he was actually in a position to fight a former champion in a Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia did not even exercise his right to be a 2-time world champion because he didn't want to recognize the WBO. Come on now,
bro. You're speaking in circles. You're not seeing. Hold on, bro. Let me say this real quick, D. Jefferson. Let me say this real quick, bro. The reason all these dudes you're talking about, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, these dudes do not want to fight Terrence Crawford. Like, how hard is it for boxing fans to understand that? So the next thing Terrence Crawford needs to look at is the young guns. He needs to give the opportunity to one of these dudes, Virgil Ortiz or Jaron Ennis, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stop being scared of these dudes, bro. Give them the opportunity.
You
You know what I'm saying? Give them the fight
Let him rock. Let him
people
rock.
want to see, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because these dudes are a problem. Either whether they're prospects or they're not ready. They said the same shit about Teofimo. I was saying the same shit about Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? So give one of these young guns a shot, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? But Terrence
Tell that to
Crawford is
Errol.
scared.
Tell
Why?
that to Errol.
Because he knows he's
Tell
gonna
that
get
to
his
Errol.
ass beat by one of these two dudes, bro. He knows it.
Tell that to
So
Errol.
he's trying to cash out
Tell that
against
to
Errol
Errol.
Spence. That's all he's
Tell that
trying to
to
do. He's trying to cash
I'm not
out.
hearing
Why?
that
Because he's
question.
a punk ass
Boom,
bitch.
boom, let
That's
him
what
rock.
Terrence
Boom,
Crawford is,
boom,
bro.
boom.
He's
Let
a
him
dude
rock,
that
man.
has
Let him
just
rock.
been picking up, you know what I'm saying, checks by Top Rank, fighting nobody's fighting bums, and nobody says shit about this dude, Terrence fucking Bud Crawford, bro. This dude is a cloud chaser. He's just a dude looking for a cash in. You know what I'm saying? He wants to cash in against Errol Spence, bro, but he don't want to fight nobody else, bro. He's a bum, and that's facts.
All right. Look, let me give my explanation, boom, a reasonable one. Because El
Thank
Jefe
you.
done
Thank
lost
you.
his mind again.
Super
Look,
fun.
this
Go
the
ahead,
thing,
D. Give me
boom.
some
This
fun.
the thing. Back then, and you're right, it was about 3-4 months ago. First, I want to say this. You weren't the first one that said that about Boots Ennis. And I gotta keep it real. It was fucking Jalik, the leader. He said that shit long before any fucking body. That's a fact. It was Jalik
I
was the
don't watch
first one.
him.
No, he
Okay.
was, dog. He said that shit
Okay. I
long
don't
ago.
watch him, but okay. I'll take
No,
it.
no. I watch you, dude. Jalik said this shit last year, like almost a year ago. I'm not even bullshitting. He was the first one that I knew that
I'll
was
take it.
on Geronimo's. But with that being said, to answer your question, why did things change from 4 months ago to now? Because Terrence Crawford had way more options 4 months ago. Now he don't got no fucking options. That's why he's settling for a fucking Brook. So I changed my tune because the motherfucker don't have options. He don't have all these options. And like El Jefe did say, none of these motherfuckers are stepping up to the plate. So now that we know they're not going to step up to the plate, all of those options he had has been replenished. Now I want those fights. That's why I changed my mind. That shit El Jefe ain't talking about Bud and all that shit. But let me tell you something, El Jefe. Bud ain't scared of a motherfucking thing at 147. He ain't scared of a goddamn thing at 147. Those motherfuckers don't want to step up to the plate. And that's the facts. But Bud ain't scared of Spence. He not scared of Thurman. He not scared of Virgil. He ain't scared of no fucking Jerron in his boots. Bud Crawford ain't scared of none of them motherfuckers. Don't sit up here and try to spit that bullshit dirt on Bud Crawford. Cut it out. Uncle Pete, what's up, Pete? All right, Pete on the.
Just standing by in case it gets out of.
All right.
Just standing by in case it gets out of control in here.
All right. No, that's all good.
All
So
right.
go ahead, Boo. What was you going to say? You on mute, dog.
Oh, I was just saying, it was just that it's just all the hate on Bud is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I get it if you don't like him or you're not a fan of him. I understand that. But the man is an accomplished boxer, man. He's done a lot in boxing. It's just like the people that's kind of like hating on Teofimo because they mad that he beat Loma. It's like, don't get mad at Tio because he won. Don't get mad at him because he won. He did what he's supposed to do. Just like don't get mad because Bud is an accomplished boxer, regardless of not liking his style. Even I had to eat some sense of crow with Wilder because regardless of me not liking his style, he's still a champion. Still defended his belt multiple times, double digits. Regardless of how much shit I talk about him, I still got to give the man respect, regardless. So that's all I'm saying is we got to keep that same energy with these. We can't sit up there and just keep shitting on them and shitting on them and shitting on them and shitting. It's like, nah, man, you eventually you got to give a man some props. Like I give Earl issues, but at the same time, I still give a man props. You know what I'm saying? So
look, check it out.
Bud hate is ridiculous.
El Jefe, it's fucking 347 over here right now. So I don't even know what you're talking about. It's already 347. And
Okay, I could push it back, bro.
But check this out. Jefe, this one thing you gotta understand too. A debate with JFL, right, is not priority. My channel's priority. So I don't care how long this live runs. Oh, let me talk. I don't care how long this live runs. I'm not dropping my fucking live to go debate that casual. It's just another fucking body on the table. And the only thing you really want me to do is to come to your channel and debate him so that you can lie and say he won again.
Nah, bro. That's
Yeah,
not it,
whatever,
bro.
dog. You're not a good judge, fam. You're a biased, fucked up ass judge. Cause I
Nah,
bodied the
bro.
dude every
I ain't
time,
Julie
and you
Letterman,
never
bro. I
tell
ain't
the
Julie Letterman. Hold on, bro. I ain't Julie
yeah, well,
Letterman.
yeah, you worse. You're worse, fam. Cause your whole fucking chat said that I won, and you was sitting
Yeah,
up there
you about
saying he
either.
bodied me. So you're not a good judge, fam. You're not. So I ain't wasting my time. I'll come over there when I get over there. If that motherfucker don't want to show up, so be it. It's easy work for me anyway. Now on to the discussion. I'll say this about Bud Boom, and I was just saying this before you dumped on, because I'm going to flame my guy Canelo. I flamed Boo Boo Andre. I flamed Devin Haney for the same goddamn thing. And Bud Crawford getting it too. I don't want to keep hearing over and over and over again, nobody won't fight me. You got to make something happen, fam. And Brooke ain't cutting the mustard. But I can guarantee you this. Not only me, I think many other people, it may be close, but many other people would rather see Bud fight Virgil Ortiz than to fuck around with Brooke right now.
I would.
I would.
I would
Okay,
rather
that's
see
what
him
I'm
It's a
fight
saying.
threat.
Brooke.
That's
It's a
what I'm saying.
threat.
So fuck goddamn Brooke shit. Crawford got to do something, fam. He's not going to keep getting no fucking pass crying, nobody want to fight me. Because Sean Porter was willing. And I keep saying that shit. People keep talking about 4 months ago. 4 months ago, they both had a bunch of options. So Porter didn't have to step in there. Now he don't have the option, but he talking about I ain't taking no pay cut. I don't want to fight Sean Porter. Fuck that shit, Bud talking about. Motherfucker, you're not built like that at 147. You need to make something happen at 147. You can't start taking all of these options. Your glory was at 140. You was undisputed there. At 147, you ain't get shit but beat a non-boxing Jeff Horn. And that's a fact. Yeah, that's what I feel about Bud. He ain't beat nobody but a fucking non-boxing Jeff Horn. That's all he beat. A gimp leg Benavidez. A Khan that was scared to fucking death of him. And to be honest, his best win was for the championship against Horn, but his best fight was Julius Kavanaskis. That was his best
I think his best fight was
And he got dropped.
I think it was Benavidez.
Nah, because he knocked Benavidez out cold. And he controlled that.
I'm just saying because of how long it took him and how long he had to really work for Benavidez. Even because I think if Benavidez didn't have that one leg, I think Benavidez would have beat him. I think if Benavidez wouldn't have been on one leg, he'd have beat him.
But this is the thing. He dominated Benavidez the whole fight. He got dropped by Kavaliauskas. That's why I say Kavaliauskas was his best fight. Benavidez didn't give him. Benavidez made the fight go long, but Bud dominated the whole fight.
100% facts, bro.
You know what I mean? So again, I'm no Bud hater. Like I stick up for Bud, but it gets to the point. Like even if I'm getting ready to come down on Canelo about, I'm not trying to keep hearing all of this bullshit about nobody to fight. And I'm a damn sure come down on Bud Crawford, fam. He can't ride with this nobody don't want to fight me for so long. This is boxing, man. This is the sport of boxing. You can't ride on that excuse but for so fucking long. Especially, boom, when Bud is sitting up here saying, I ain't taking no pay cut. Bud Crawford, you stupid motherfucker. It's a pandemic. Everybody need to accept to take a pay cut, including Bud. Everybody
he wasn't
needs to accept.
at the day. Yeah, he said that he didn't want to fight without nobody in the audience.
Yeah,
I remember that
so
interview.
fuck that shit, Bud, talking about. You making all these stipulations now. You got one fucking belt, nigga. One belt? You not the A side at fucking 147, Bud. You better humble your motherfucking self. This ain't 140. You get no glory at 147. Bud need to come back down to earth and make it happen, man. Yeah.
Y'all niggas is hardcore. Nigga Beezy though.
And look,
all of them.
Yo, D Jefferson, look what Samuel Shaw put. He put in a great comment. Shout out to Samuel Shaw. Shout out to Gary, Indiana.
Sammy boy.
And he put up that great comment, bro. I don't know if you want to read it, but
What comment? Which one?
The Benavidez. The last one he put, bro.
Bud did not dominate Benavidez. Man, okay, whatever, bro. How many? Okay, Samuel, since you want to do this with your scary chat warrior and ass, you don't want to never click the link. You fucking chat warrior. How many fucking rounds did Benavidez won? Chat warrior. Put that in there, chat warrior. Put it in the chat. You want to be a chat warrior? Put it in there. How many rounds did Benavidez win? And then I'm gonna break your ass down too, like I break everybody else down. What's up, Mark?
Hello.
Man, you missed all the action, Mark. We 3 hours and 25 minutes in. You probably would have had something good to say to calm me the fuck down, but you missed the action. But what do you think about this Spence targeting Canelo Alvarez? I'm pretty sure you've seen the article. I just put the headline up
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen it. More power to him.
More power to him.
You want to get in the ring with Canelo? Let him get in the ring with Canelo.
What do you think his chances are, Mark?
I don't know. What's the chances of me flying if I jump off my house?
Exactly. That's what I wanted to hear. You don't really. To me, it's a fucking clout chase, fam. Because
it might be, but like if you've got like a lot of guys who call his name and then don't fight Canelo, if Spence actually gets into the ring with him, fuck it. They're not taking the opportunity. Nobody else is. Give him the shot. Why not? Amir Khan had it.
I don't think he'll be able to get in the ring with him because the biggest thing that I was saying, the biggest obstacle is in this is who is going to fold. Pete, let me put you on mute right quick. You got this background shit. My biggest thing is this, Mark. Who's going to fold? Is it going to be Fox folding on their pay-per-view, Fox and PBC on their pay-per-view model, or is it going to be the Zone that's going to fold on the subscription base? Damn sure it's going to.
Look, I don't think the fight's gonna happen. It's probably a clout chase. But if they call the bluff and they can make the fight happen, more power to the man. That's my standpoint. More power to him if he gets into the ring with him. If he doesn't, fuck him.
Right. Okay. Well, my standpoint is it's bullshit. It's too many obstacles. The fight's not gonna happen, and it's nothing more than fucking clout chasing. That's my point.
Nah, it's fine. Everybody clout chases off Canelo. Let him have his piece. Everybody's done it. He might as well join in. I've heard about 72 fighters call his name out.
And what do I do when they clout chase? If I can catch it, because I can't catch them all, I put up the live for him and I call him out. That's what I do. So I'm calling Spence out on it. I mean, that's just what it's something to talk about. And as a matter of fact, we done had a pretty interesting discussion for 3 hours and 27 minutes concerning it.
Why hasn't he called out Crawford?
See, now you're talking my language. Come on. Let's talk about that. That's what I'm saying. And this was part of what I was saying earlier.
You call out Canelo, but you won't call out Crawford. Come on.
Because it's a business, bro. You're trying to get the biggest prize out here, man. So
no, well, I have faith. I have faith. Spence, see, you another one with these fucking narratives. Spence told us.
I don't have no narrative, bro. Let's not push that narrative. I don't have no narrative, bro.
What I tell you about the cutting off? Did I let somebody cut you off? And can it right now? Now, Spence said this. I'm going to clean out. And as a matter of fact, when people were throwing shots at him about he's going to move up before he clean out, he came out and denounced that and said, no, the fight's going to happen. I'm going to clean out this division, and then we'll talk about moving up. Well, if he moves up, then he lied. He lied.
Bro, fighters lie all the time, bro.
Yeah, so you're going to make an excuse for it?
No, it's not an excuse. Dude, come on, bro. Fighters lie all the time. So what I'm saying, Spence does not beat Crawford. And we've been saying that for the longest. You know what I'm saying? So if the dude wants to move up and fight Canelo, I'm all for that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So what you're saying, you all for him moving up with Canelo and you willing to accept the lie and not give him any heat for the lie?
I'm willing for him. Fuck Terrence Crawford, go and fight Canelo.
So you cool with the lie and you accept it?
It ain't no lie because I'm used to it, but go ahead.
Bro, you just said it was a lie, bro.
Yeah,
I said every fighter lies, bro. So we shouldn't.
You fake as fuck, bro.
Nah, bro. Hold on, bro.
Get him, have faith. Get him.
Nah, bro. It's not that it's a lie, bro. It's I understand the lie. I understand these fighters, bro.
That's fake, bro.
I live through a fighter's mindset, bro. Every day, man, I'm fighting, bro. So you know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying, bro? When we want to see the best fight the best. And these fighters always, you know what I'm saying, always say, oh, I'm going to fight the best. I'm going to fight this dude. You know that's a lie, bro. So every fighter fucking lies. We want to see this big money fight. Let's see the fight, man. Let's see Spence Canelo. And I don't agree with Unrivaled that he said, you know what I'm saying, it's like him going to fly and shit. I think Spence has a chance in the late rounds because we know Canelo gets it. And Spence puts the pressure on Canelo, bro. And he takes his punishment. And Canelo's and Spence is working that body, you know what I'm saying, from a southpaw position, moving his head, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where he's gonna be stronger, much physically stronger at 160. Spence could give Canelo a very hard time in the late rounds. So let's not get that twisted, bro. These are 2 pound for pound fighters, top 5, bro. We want to see this fight. When was the last time we saw 2 fighters in the top 5 pound for pound fight each other, bro? Let's be realistic. When was the last time we saw that, bro?
You know what, LFA? We won't see it with Spence and Canelo because Spence
I
ain't
can
no
answer that.
goddamn top 5 pound for pound. You can can that bullshit. Go ahead, Boom. You have something to say. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say I can answer
All
it
right.
real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Go
Go
ahead,
ahead, Mark.
Mark. What's up with you too,
The
by the
last
way?
time was Kovalev versus Ward.
2017. So I was about to be 3 years ago, bro. We're about to hit
Uh-huh.
2021.
That's
4
not
years
long,
ago.
bro. That's not long.
But
That's not
Spence
that
ain't
long, bro.
top 5 pound for pound. So it
No,
don't work.
he is top 5 according to I think ESPN, Ring Magazine. They both have him top 5, and the Transnational Boxing Rankings. That's what they have him also. So shout out to them, bro. They know their boxing.
We about to get a big pound for pound list coming up soon. What do you see?
Yeah, I don't see how the fuck when you got multiple 4-belt undisputed guys, Monster Noid, people that just have accomplished so much more than Spence. You know, like that's why the pound for pound list is subjective. But anybody with any fucking sense in their brain, Spence ain't no. He's in the top 10, but he ain't no fucking top 5. And this is my dude, bro. He ain't no top 5.
Hey, D Jeff, who's that in the background that got roosters crowing?
Who?
That's me, bro.
Hey, you need. Hey,
They're
Hellfan, you need
game-bred
to.
roosters, bro.
You need to holler at me, my brother. We need to chat.
All right.
Yeah, he likes some of the bullshit you said. I can guarantee you that.
Nah, I have roosters too.
Oh, okay. Man, LF ain't got no roosters, man. Don't
bro,
listen.
I do, bro. Game bred.
Listen. That game, I'm gonna give you a fair warning. Believe 40% of what LFA says. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Only 40% of it.
Nah, I can tell. I can tell there's probably some hatch or some sweaters.
Too.
You got some sweaters or some hatch back there?
I don't know how the fuck he's saying in English, bro, but I think the hatchback. What's the difference?
Green leg hatch.
Nah. These dudes, they got like brown, dark brown.
Oh no, we're on a different subject. All right, go ahead, keep cooking.
Yeah. So.
All right, look, check this out. First off, I ain't with the lies, bro. Lying is ridiculous. I don't accept no fighter lying about nothing. You know what I mean? Like I said, the man said he was gonna clear out the division. He ain't going. If he just moves up and fights somebody like Canelo and it's just all about the money, then his integrity don't mean nothing. So when he do interviews, pretty much I'm gonna take as far as about maybe 75 to 80% of what he says is gonna be pretty much bullshit. So I don't like that with any fighter. That's why I have an issue with Wilder.
And it's a duck on Crawford. And it's a duck.
And that's an obvious open. That makes when he said. So Al Hammond didn't mention me, huh? No, he didn't say nothing about you. He said Mikey Garcia, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. He mentioned them about Terrence stuff. No, he didn't mention you. So that lets me know that that's so real that he has no intention on clearing the division. He just want to basically tattle-toe his career, stat pack his career with bullshit. He just talking shit. Only person I could really respect in a sense over on the PBC side that's really doing something, in my personal opinion, is Jermell Charlo. I respect him all day long. I can't even give that man too much heat no more because that man is actually putting himself in position to be an undisputed champion and pretty much the first one since what I think Jermaine Taylor and what B-Hop. Am I correct, Mark? Correct me if I'm wrong. So
I wasn't listening
I can't
to
do
you.
nothing but
I wasn't listening. Sorry, I was doing something.
Oh, he was saying some
I was
crazy
talking
shit,
about
bro. Go
how I respected out of all the fighters over on the PBC side. I respect Jermell Charlo more than most of them because he's on the verge of being undisputed, and he's going to be the first light middleweight undisputed champion since B-Hop and Jermaine Taylor.
They were middleweight.
Hey, look.
First undisputed since Winky Wright.
Let me ask you this, Marco.
Winky Wright, my fault. Yeah.
I haven't seen the list. Where do they have Jermell Charlo on that list?
On what list?
That y'all said Spence's top 5 at. Where's Jermell at on the?
Well, he said Ring Magazine. Jermell's not on that list.
Jermell's not on the list, but Spence's top 5.
Well, what are you guys talking about?
Let me
The
check the
goddamn pound for pound
TBRBs.
that you talking about, Spence's top 5. Where's Jamel at on that
Oh,
list?
that's official MXBC pound for pound list.
Oh,
It's on the website.
see, there's the bullshit. There is the bullshit. Right
Yeah,
there.
bro. There's no bullshit, bro. We
You're
got
a
our
liar.
website.
What you expect?
MXBC.club.
Yeah.
Man, you said something about
Spence is number
ESPN and
9.
all of this
Spence
other
is.
shit.
Hold on. You said he was number 5 on TBRB. He's number 9.
Right. And then he said
No, I
ESPN
said
had
the
him top 5.
MXBC.club. That's what I said. My
Man,
bad.
you sat up here and said ESPN had him top 5, LFA.
You said ESPN, Ring Magazine, and TBRB, Transnational Boxing Rankings.
Oh, I
That's
don't remember
exactly what
saying
the
that,
fuck
bro.
you just said, fam.
I don't really remember saying that, bro.
Because you
But
lie
go ahead.
so much, you can't keep up with the fucking.
No, but you know what I'm
Yours
saying?
did. You be lying.
It's minor details, bro. It's not to be taken too
Oh
serious.
my
but go
God,
ahead.
it's minor
Yeah,
detail.
that nigga be lying, bro.
Yeah, listen, it ain't no minor detail when you said when's the last time we had a top 5 pound for pound. I don't think we ever had 2 top 5 pound for pound based on fucking MXBC pounds for pound list. Who the fuck cares about y'all? Y'all not even recognized. Y'all not a columnist. You're not a fucking magazine. You're not a fucking
And
analyst.
I can tell you something, bro. We're not as biased
y'all
as Ring Magazine. Ring Magazine is owned by a promoter, so they're 100% biased. Fucking ESPN, they got top rank. TRB, they don't know shit about boxing. So the best bet you got is the MXBC, you know what I'm saying, ranking. So y'all go to the website,
really?
MXBC.club,
Hold
bro,
on, guys.
for the
So
real
let me ask you
rankings, bro.
this: MXBC rankings is credible when you have H Money and JFL helping you rank that shit, right? That's credible.
Yeah, bro.
Dumb niggas. None but dumb niggas.
Yo, where's
All
Kazuto?
you
Where's
niggas.
Kazuto Ioka on your pound for pound list, bro?
He didn't make the top 10, bro.
Oh my
Sorry, Terry.
God!
I did make the
you
top
are
10, bro.
hilarious, dog.
Not recognized, bro. Just like Ring Magazine, I don't recognize that.
Hey,
Right.
man, dude, this shit is priceless. You funny as hell. Let me tell you something. That's why I asked about. Well, on the MXBC's great list, where you said Jamel Charlo's not on it.
Jamel Charlo's top 10.
Top 10, but Spence is top 5.
He's top 5. So the top 5, you got Canelo, Inouye, Lomachenko, and Josh Taylor. And Errol Spence.
That's 5. Okay, so you're telling me that Jamel Charlo, who has accomplished more and is a 3-belt champ, y'all motherfuckers have under Errol Spence.
It's probably
Errol
because
Spence-
Errol Spence is undefeated.
Damn, your name changed to El Jefe? You trying to help him out? I mean, you can answer that if you want. Because I'm used to
No,
2
because
on 1.
he beat Mikey. Mikey was a known name. When he beat him, he was top 10 in the pound for
On
pound.
whose pound for pound list?
Yeah,
So y'all don't care about none people really doing the sport of boxing. Y'all care
Hold
about
on,
stockpiling and
man.
bullshit.
Hold on.
Go ahead, El Jefe. Yeah, L Dog. You know. Let me tell y'all MXBC motherfuckers something. It's order on this panel. There ain't no goddamn free smoke. Don't come in here talking about some hold on. Don't cut nobody off on here. Y'all in the habit of that bullshit.
No, L Dog's an OG, bro. He could speak.
I don't give a fuck about no OG. This is my channel. None of y'all motherfuckers are OGs over here. Understand that. Mark's are OG over here. DT3's are OG over here. Y'all ain't no fucking OGs over here. Y'all OGs on your own channel.
DT3, the dude that got cooked by H Money.
Hold on. Listen to you. Look, you went quiet and you held on. Listening. Good.
All right, man. Listen here. The MXBC, we do have a pound for pound list, but right now we're in the process of refining that list. You know, the MXBC, we conduct ourselves like professionals. We don't just throw any old list out there. We create a list, we refine the list, and we have intellectual conversations about the list. You know, we ain't like the Ring Magazine, which has some dude, Mike Montero, who probably still has Triple G, top 3 pound for pound, and Lomachenko is probably now number 2 pound for pound. We are unbiased. You know, we are well-spoken individuals. We are respectful. And most of all, we are boxing fan first. No false narratives. No robbery ass victories. Factual facts.
All right, dog. Let me ask you this then: how do y'all have Errol Spence over Jamel Charlo?
But like I was saying, and like Hefe was about to say, actually, we're in the process of refining our list, right, Hefe? Like we're having conversations among the historians and the real boxing enthusiasts, and Hefe, like our new database that's coming out about punch stats, slow motion punch stats and 60 FPS from multiple camera angles that we've contacted the networks to provide us. We're in the process of gathering these statistics and combining this with the historians and just the regular fans. We are truly groundbreaking. We're truly innovating a new list to trump all lists.
Facts.
Who said Trump? National Guard standing by. Relax.
Hey, Elton, let me ask you this. So, who's the historian in the MXBC? I'm just interested.
Don't worry about who's the historian in the MXBC, bro. Because if you keep fucking with the MXBC, you'll be history, bro.
Listen, man, listen. I keep telling you guys, and I came on your live, and I told you last night, Dog. Try it. Just try it. Try your MXBC magic on DJ. I invite you. Just go ahead and try it.
Speak your mind, sports. You want no smoke, bro. You already have JFL problems, bro.
Again,
So I
try it,
advise
bro.
you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have no
Stick to
problems
JFL,
with JFL. I have an exercise that I'm getting ready to go do, like a light exercise. That's all I have. No problems. Light
Bro,
work.
real talk, bro. In the MXBC, you have over 200 years of boxing experience, just in the peer group of the MXBC.
Wow,
200
that's
years,
impressive.
bro.
That's
So when you think about it, bro, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, did you see the AI we created to review all the classic fights and analyze
okay.
the punch
Hold
stats?
on, Elder. That
Yeah, bro.
What do you think about Errol Spence daring to be great and jump 2 weight classes to see Canelo, Elder? What you think about that?
Well, just like the great Vasily Lomachenko, he's challenging himself, man, by fighting a bigger opponent. And, we're going to see how Errol Spence does. Me personally, I believe Canelo will stop Errol Spence with relative ease. Stylistically, our AI has analyzed Errol Spence and Canelo, slow motion 60 FPS, all of their fights, and it has actually simulated the fight already 10,000 times. And 9,995 of those outcomes were Canelo stopping Spence.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Y'all heard it from
That's what you call a body right there, bro.
a body. I asked him a question. I'm
saying L Dog, you know what I'm saying, came in, bro, with factual facts, boxing fan first analysis, bro, with the AI from
What
the
is wrong with these
MXBC,
niggas, bro? Where did you find these niggas, D?
I
Where did you find them?
look. Hold on, boom. I actually, you see me up here smiling and laughing. I'm not faking it, okay? So I need you to understand this. I actually enjoy the MXBC. I'm over there
DT3,
on
you
their
a body,
panel
bro.
and all of that.
You a body
You know what I mean?
already, bro.
Hey, I'll have faith. If you cut me off again, your ass is gonna be bodied off this fucking panel. All right? Conduct yourself, fam. Conduct yourself. Now, boom. I enjoy the guys. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I know they frustrate a lot of people, but you guys got to get your mind right if they frustrate you. Because they shouldn't be able to. But I have fun with them. They're good guys, all of them. Coco, L Dog, Durden. I like all of the dudes. So I understand that some people don't like them, but I'm cool with the MXBC. I got no problems. I found them because I'm always over there. I mean, I got to keep it real with you. I ain't got no problem with these guys. They're funny. If you guys can get your anger out of there and understand what they're doing, then maybe you'll have a good time too. But other than that, then they're gonna do what they do. But MXBC is all right with D Jeff, man. As long as y'all come over here and conduct yourself, because this ain't no fucking free smoke panel, dog.
What's up,
Now
Coco?
we understand that, man. There's a code of conduct to abide by, and we will do that on your channel out of respect for you,
I
D
appreciate
Jefferson.
that, man. I
And
appreciate that.
the MXBC. If you don't know what we're about, we were basically sick of all these like Debbie Downers on the internet, making boxing boring and insulting younger fans, historians, making the sport boring as hell. But and we came in making boxing fun. We have fun. We talk about the fights. We enjoy the fights, and we're actually introducing the younger population to the sport of boxing.
True, and they're growing really well with a lot of the younger population, and I think that's a good thing too, because we do need something to attract the younger population to the sport of boxing, because the young becomes the common, right? All of us are old. We're gonna fucking die off soon, and the young crowd, they're gonna be the common crowd. So any way they can get them in, like the Ryan Garcias, the fucking Logan Paul fight, like get them in. Get them in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, shout out to the fucking MXBC. What's up, Coco?
What's going on, bro?
Same
Yeah,
old,
I'm
same
cool.
old. You guys,
CEO, bruh.
CEO, look, you guys came in a little bit late, man, because I'm already 3 hours and 46 minutes in, and I gotta go eat something.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this
I
though.
sort of
I
just
do
wanted
gotta
to
say this though to Hefe though about that whole little H Money comment real quick.
Oh,
bruh. Miss me with H Money, bruh.
Yeah.
For real. I got plenty of videos, I got plenty of film of all kinds of shit with me and H Money. You don't want me to put that out there on him. For real. So I'm just saying, like, just keep it. I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, because I'm a cool dude. I don't play about my wife and my kids, for one. I get it. Y'all bringing a young crowd into the game. I'm with that, and I support y'all doing that all day long. As long as y'all on some positive shit, the whole MBBC crew, me, Two Hands, Myron, Andrew, we all for you. We all with you. Me and Two Hands have talked about y'all a few times. But when it comes to me and H Money, FA, bro, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't fuck with him either, bro.
I mean,
Like,
I'm just saying that. You feel me? I'm just letting that
bro,
be known.
you guys need to put some
FA is-
respect on H Money's name, bro.
Nah, bro. Look, y'all already know. I ain't even gonna argue with y'all about H Money. Y'all already know how I feel about H Money. So H Money crossed the line. He crossed the line with Boom. If y'all can't accept that, that's just how it is.
Yeah, I can see if it was on some
Hey,
real,
but let
like,
Coco
debate
cook,
type
bro.
stuff.
Coco hasn't cooked at all.
Yeah. Go ahead, Coco.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, bro, slobs like Mark just need to get out the boxing community, bro. Like, they make it boring.
Coco, my man, you gotta go.
I'm ready to say nothing bad, bro.
Shut the fuck up. You know the rules.
But let me say this: that the MXBC, we have a way that we can resolve this issue between H Money and DT3. As simple as this, bro. You come on the MXBC show, we get H Money on there. You both turn your cams on, you both shadow box, and we will judge the winner.
Look, look, Boone's a real fighter. H Money is not. But look, let me check.
H Money got hands.
Yeah, but he never fought in the ring in his fucking life. But check this out.
H Money fight in the streets.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. So did I, chill out for a second. Guys, this whole thing with I like the fact that people trying to make peace. But I want to explain something. I think Boone will concur on this. It's the same shit that I'm dealing with a couple of people calling me about Johnny Boy, right? D, you need to do this about Johnny Boy. Y'all need to squash the beef. And same thing I hear what you guys saying, Boone. There is never no problem. There is never no beef. If you guys want to squash the beef and squash the issues, tell those motherfuckers to stay away from us and keep our name out their mouth. That's it. Because we ain't talking about them or worried about them. So then it'll be no beef when they shut the fuck up. That goes for Johnny Boy and that goes for H Money. I'm not saying shit about Johnny Boy, but every time I turn around, he putting a video up with some dumb shit about me. The beef stops when they shut the fuck up and stay the fuck away from us, like we're staying the fuck away from them. Boone don't go to H Money's channel, clicking the damn thing, pressing the likes. I don't go to Johnny Boy's channel, joining the live, doing none of that. So just leave me the fuck alone. Like I'm leaving you the fuck alone. Keep my name out your mouth, like I'm keeping your name out my mouth. You get it?
D, just like I was gonna say, we know you don't go to Johnny Boy's channel because his viewership is so damn low. You know.
Yeah, no, it's not about that. It's just I decided not to deal with him. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say this, and I'm done with it. It's one thing I see that I really need y'all to understand is principles to shit, bro. And I'm a grown man. I'm not no 16-year-old. I'm not no early 20s. I'm a grown man, married man with children, bro. Certain things you just don't do. It's not about, you know what I'm saying? It's about what you stand for. And as a man, I stand for certain things, and I don't expect y'all as youngsters to understand that. Maybe when y'all get older, y'all have a family of your own, y'all get that. But there's certain things as a man that I just won't stand for. And there's certain things I'm just not finna allow. And all I'm asking y'all to, as youngsters, is to just respect me as a man and say, hey, bro, just when it comes to me and H Money, stay out of that shit. Because H Money already know what's up. What is going on between me and H Money, that shit pass you too, my nigga. So stay out of that shit. Leave it alone. I don't want to talk about H Money. I don't want to talk no shit about H Money. I don't want to hear nothing about him. I'm not gonna talk about him. I don't do that. Well, all I know is it is what it is between me and him. So when it come to that, El Jefe, let's just keep it boxing, my nigga. Regardless of whatever
bro,
I don't like
I didn't
about it, let's
disrespect
just keep
you.
it boxing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know
Yeah,
what
he
I'm saying?
did say that. All right, give me some closing thoughts, bro. Because I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, and in closing, man, I think I don't think Errol Spence got anything for Canelo. I think if he goes straight for a Canelo fight, that's gonna be a straight up and down duck. He lied to everybody about trying to clear the division. And as a boxing analyst and person that prides himself on the integrity on YouTube and the sport of boxing, I can't stand for that. And I've been a very good avid fan, and I've been a spokesman for Errol and during his accident, all that. Even when certain people was trying to downplay him, talk bad about him, while he was going through all the shit that he was going through, and I was still giving him his props, still trying to uplift him, and I'm still supporting him. I got him beating Danny Garcia. I think he's going to beat him. I think it's going to go 12 rounds. I think he's going to get the decision, but I don't think he's going to fight Canelo. I think he needs to just stick to what he said, clear the division, and move from there. Once he clear the division, then see where it's at in boxing and go from there. And once again, thank you, D Jeff, for having me. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to the whole panel, the whole MXRBC, bro. I see you, bro. 100.
All right, appreciate you, bro. El
Peace out, bro.
Jefe, the motherfucking goat. El Jefe.
Yo, man, great topic, great discussion, man. You know what I'm saying? We need these type of topics, bro. We need this free smoke. Even though it's a PG version of free smoke, it's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a corporate style debating shit, bro, but it's all good. But D Jefferson, you got JFL problems, bro. We will be going live in the next 30 minutes, bro. So if you can pull up, bro, JFL will be in the building. You know what I'm saying? He is free smoke. He is 5,003, 38-0, man. Shout out to JFL Heads. Shout out to the MXBC. You want to find gear. You want to find the hottest news. Go to the mxbc.club and also check out my website, majorkeyboxing.com, bro. Real talk, man. Shout out to the almighty MXBC. Shout out to D Jefferson, man. DT3, pull up to the MXBC, bro. It's free smoke. Ain't nobody disrespecting you, bro. But protect yourself at all time. It's all good. I'm out, bro.
I got you. Thanks for coming through, Al Jefe. No, give me some closing thoughts, man.
Man, salute to the MXBC, Major Key Boxing. Go to majorkeyboxing.com for all the latest and greatest news in the sport of boxing. And like I said, man, our pound for pound list, it will be coming out. We just, I've actually, we had to buy some server hosting to actually run our AI. It's, military grade artificial intelligence calculating all these things, all these variables into like deciding our pound for pound list. So we'll let you know when it's finished. But peace out, D. Peace out, everyone on the panel.
All right, thanks, dog, for coming through, fam. My man, Dead Game. What up, man? Give us some closing thoughts.
Look, man, as always, man, you putting on some good stuff, man. Very entertaining. Love the chat, man. Just love it, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Your channel is growing in the right direction. Big up, brother. Peace out.
All right, appreciate you coming through, Dead Game. Always welcome, fam. All right, guys. So let me drop this in here for Gerald Jones right quick. Here you go, Gerald. This is the address. my Discord shit. Just hit me up right there, fam, on Discord. All right, so listen, man. Spence is my guy, right? And I'll just end it with this. I'm a huge Spence fan, but I'm a huge Canelo fan. Like these are two of my top 5 guys, right? In all of boxing. Two of my favorite guys in all of boxing. And I just got to keep it real. I don't see much of a chance of Spence winning against a Canelo fight. I don't see much of a chances of this fight happening because of the Zone and Fox and PBC, and then Canelo. I mean, not Canelo, but Golden Boy working with the PBC. So many obstacles in this fight even happening. And Spence needs to handle business at 147. So the most that I can make of it is 2 things. Number 1, it's a clout chase, which most people agree with that. Number 2, this could potentially be a cash out fight. I want people to think about that. Because if Spence is not all the way back like he felt he would be, he may very well be back enough to beat up Danny Garcia. That ain't the biggest task in the world to beat up Danny Garcia. But the fact that they're thinking about Canelo or mentioning Canelo, if this was a reality, you would have to assume that if he feels good enough that he can challenge or get in the ring with Canelo, he's probably going to beat Danny Garcia. And after that, he's going to leave boxing. Because if he did that, if he went up to fight Canelo, I think they're sure that he's going to lose. But it would be nothing else. You would have abandoned the mission to clean out the 147-pound division. So what else could it be if the fight actually happened but a cash out? I do agree with Dead Game and some of the Dre Spective. Shout out to those guys. It's probably just something to get the juices flowing. A clout chase to get the juices flowing, to get people watching this Danny Garcia versus Spence fight to see who is this guy talking about fighting Canelo. And then that draws attention. So to me, that's what makes it a clout chase, right? And whether it's my guy or any guy in boxing, clout chasing, if they're doing it, y'all already know D. Jeff gonna call him out. Appreciate all you guys sitting here listening to me yak on for almost 4 hours. But y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.